something more entertaining, more friendly, and I'm so glad to have you guys a juicy game night here.
Absolutely. We're already starting off. The players, they couldn't wait. They wanted to get right to it. And I agree, man. You just want to get right to the action, right? They don't want to wait for the introductions. This ain't CPT. This is them locals. This is the streets right here. We in the alleyways. And who do we have on deck?
So we got Mind Shadow Ace versus Flight Junkie. So, I'm not surprised at going right away because Ed players, they're either stop and go, and Shadow Ace was just all go, go, go. So here we go, starting.
Ooh, got jumped in on with that medium kick though. He was go until Flight Junkie said, "Listen, what that light means go. That green light means go." And I'm going in. Crouch medium kick, fireball, back to mid screen. Look how much damage has already taken place.
Man, Flight Junkie, every time I play online ranked, he's always on there. So this is a man that definitely put a lot of time into the game.
Oh, you saw that rank. It was like 81, level 81. He's been on the grind, the Akuma grind. And this is the character where, a lot of people have been kind of debate back and forth that he's top one. He's top one. But it's always good to see people kind of stick around with this character because he did get nerfed. His stupid stuff kind of got nerfed. He's got a lot more stupid things in the tank, right? Like he's still super busted, but he's been nerfed a little bit. Then there's the medium kick, the bless button. As they made it more minus. It doesn't matter. Still super strong. Still super stupid.
That's kind of like when you get a ticket and some, a cop gives you a ticket and the cop's like, "I'm giving you a discount." I'm like, at the end, I still have to pay a ticket. So there you go.
Yeah.
It's still minus frames.
It definitely gives you. Yeah, that's the thing is like it's -4. You can whip punish it on your best days, but it doesn't always happen. Oh, Flight Junkie not getting the confirm off that media kick that we were talking about. Shadow Ace with the lead right now.
One thing I've noticed about Shadow Ace, I don't know how effective it is in this matchup, but I know like the Ed up kicks are such a good fireball invincible move. He tends to go for other things, not as much up kicks. Maybe in this matchup in particular, the up kicks will be more useful.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But I like Flight Junkie's use of the fireball. Obviously, that's a pain point of this character, especially when we've only got V skill 1. You can't smooth through with the V skill 2, and he's just got to hold all that. Okay, on the other side, big pickup, CA. See you next round.
Despite Flight Junkie losing, he did something so genius I didn't even think of. So when Ed did the charge up Psycho Knuckle -2 whatever, he actually went for the ground pound to try to bait the throw in that minus situation. I thought it was really weird. Didn't work, but it's something to keep in mind for next time.
Yeah, and that's just showing you how studied he is. He's been playing a lot of the matches with Shadow Ace. Definitely very studied in the Juicy. I mean, he's been coming through quite a bit, like on the top 8s. I believe he's won a few, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, this dude's super strong with this Ed play. Definitely hanging out with this character where many people have said this week. You see him catch that fireball, stun. Oh, you're done. Shadow Ace bringing it back to the precipice. Boom, bop, bam.
Oh, using all the bars. There we go. And bonus points to you using Precipice. But good stuff, the Shadow Ace.
That, my man, he's had all the butter. Listen, the ingredient said 3 cups of butter. He said, I'm gonna put all of that in there, all right? I gotta make sure it's absolutely perfect. And when you're dealing with a character like Akuma, you wanna make sure that you cook all the way through. Don't overcook or undercook your meals. You gotta make sure it's done in the right way because that character can definitely come back. That V-trigger is ridiculous. That character with all those great tools, you wanna make sure that character's dead. Double tap.
And this Ed looking a little spicy. I just ate some Chinese food, and that Ed color looks like that spicy mustard. That's the way Shadow Ace has been playing that first game.
My man's tasty with it right now. Spicy mustard good though. I'm gonna tell you right now, the spicy mustard. You can if I could find that in like the store, like ooh, that'd be good. Oh, this time you saw him. He saw him go up. He's like, I got something for you. EXDP. Now time for the V-trigger activation. But Tatsu right over.
Oh, Ed teaching us to count to 3 very successfully.
And with the 1, 2, 3, oh, nice. Blown right through the V skill. No V-trigger activation for you just yet. But you gotta find another way to do so. Throw. One more hit to do it.
Oh, geez, what an uppercut that was by Flight Junkie.
Deep dish DP uppercut right there. One more hit to do it. And he's got the demon. He's got the. Oh, he thought he had to confirm. Oh, no. That's a punish. That's not a punish, not yet. Shadow Ace, a little bit too far for the heavy kick to reach.
A little bit too godlike for his own good.
Oh!
What a trade that was. Holy smokes.
Shadow Ace, he had money in the bank, right? Money for a rainy day. You can take that trade.
Okay, so here we go. Shadow Ace, you know, with the meter advantage, looking pretty strong here. Flight Junkie, you know, at the end of the day, he still plays. He's still using Akuma, so it's looking good, except for dropping that. Oh gosh, it's looking dimmer and dimmer.
Yeah, a lot of these drops, plus just a lot of Shadow Ace's understanding how to deal with Akuma's tools have kind of added up in his favor, but he's got the corner position right here. Flight Monkey can definitely make a comeback here, gets a sweep. Oki just backs off, knowing that he's going to get hit by an EXCP or feature activation time to put some damage on the table. So that base gets a throw.
Oh,
Ooh, the smooth back.
wait,
Ooh.
was that the Javits tech? Was that the
What-
Javits tech that he posted on like 2 days ago about medium DP anti-air critical art?
Listen, Akuma's out there, you downplaying your top one character just because you can't just run that CA when you see him in the air. You see this man, Flight Junkie, backed off, got the DP, and done did it. I don't want to hear nothing from Akuma players. That's all I'm trying to say.
You know,
Oh, you see the parry? Flight Junkie on the tings right now.
all the things looking good here, but Shadow Ace, you know, trying to fight back here, full resources.
Man, like Flight Junkie, I don't see a super diamond in that play right there. We were talking about Shadow Ace getting the options, but at the same time, Flight Junkie has been showing some great options. But here's an option right here. Mix up time. Oh, cross up. Meaty, good spot. I'm vegan right now. Oh,
Oh.
the super!
This is good damage on Akuma,
Not enough to kill just yet.
but he
Good position.
still has V trigger.
That tech was dangerous. If he would have got hit with that, that would have been dead. Flight
What an
Junkie with the anti-airs activation on the target combo. Oh, this decision to crush. If you would have buffed that super, that would have been it.
I know that could have been a demon. Huh?
It's still
He
there.
landed on it.
Chucks.
Is he gonna
One more hit
oh
to do
no!
it. Oh, he's spinning the bar? You gonna spin the bar like that?
Oh jeez, walk back. Oh, he's got to hold the mix up. Oh gosh, this could be
Another
anything.
V-trigger.
Anything, Nicola.
My mom said again too. EX Demon Flip, let's go. Flight Junkie.
Man,
Bruh.
That was
I
spicy.
didn't even think. How? I don't even know how that happened.
Spicy,
You don't even know
bro.
how that happened. That EX Demon Flip coming through in the clutch, avoiding the very tippy tip of that B trigger. That's dangerous because if I feel like if like a bit of that would have, I don't actually know. I'm not sure. Is that projectile involved at some point to avoid the V trigger? Look that up. I'm not sure.
you know, I'm gonna use these two words close together. That was a smart Akuma play right there.
Don't let people on Twitter hear you say that. Okay,
That
I'm
was-
just saying.
How smart Akuma play, and you know, Flight Junkie. I think he works with airplanes. I think he knows how to fly them. So he reads the flight logs. He knows stuff. He's smart.
And it's got the big brain on it. I feel like again this season you really got to have that with Akuma. They kind of dimmed a lot of his tools, so they're still strong. You just have to use them correctly. You get less of a chance to be ridiculous, like things like that with the Ink Demon Flip. They get to throw out the light, crouching heavy connects. Needs to develop a little bit more damage, and it's working out with this corner position. The medium kick, fireball knockdown, the smooth through, the fade away, and then the base skill palm wipes his hands off like he had some good ass barbecue. Flight Junkie on that match point.
Yeah, Flight Junkie on that match point, and he is in the stratosphere. He's getting closer to making a safe landing here. Looking very good so far.
Bro, it's smooth sailing right now. You got one up. You got the positioning and the jump in right here. It's looking like clear skies. Josh is looking like clear skies for him.
Oh, and it's very out of this rainy, terrible weather. You know, I'll take clear skies right now.
Yeah, my man, he's like, you should have looked at, you were looking at Monday, gotta look at Tuesday and Wednesday. Look at him weathering this V-trigger right here, not getting crossed up, but the low and the super though, this is dangerous right here. It ain't gonna kill, but you look at the stone on the left-hand side, it's gonna hurt if he gets hit with anything else. Activation raw.
The game has changed. Oh my god.
Bro, the hair on this man's chest, it don't matter though, the throw. Final game, final round, first game of the day. Flight Junkie Shadow Ace has been a tight one.
And here we go. Normally, Shadow Ace has been going with full resource, but here Flight Junkie, very, very dangerous character with all that resource, and unfortunately Shadow Ace doesn't have any. So quite a climb, quite the climb here for Shadow Ace. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, this third round is really important for Akuma, right? When they've got all this bar, and the other person's dealing with it, when they have all this bar, they know when V-Trigger is going to be on the deck, when they have all those tools, especially V-Trigger, the Demon, the Super, the damage elsewhere too. Ooh, you gotta be careful with that target combo, my friend. It's dangerous, that's scary. My man's been aware and awake. Hit the no-dos and the throw, though, and another one. Grabs it by the chest. Kotatsu right over. Oh my god. Flight Junkie in the skies. I don't have to do it. Pick up. Shadow Ace. Either person can take this.
You're so dangerous, and either critical art will kill for the other side. Is that it?
I'm gonna hold my tongue. I don't know if that's enough for the damage. And it is the Goretsuha. Go see yourself the loser, says Flight Junkie, making a massive upset, taking down Shadow Ace to the dungeon. Dog, are you kidding me? Flight Junkie on the tings today. I'll tell you one thing. You said it before. You know, like a smart Akuma, like this is, you know, Akuma players out here, they'll run their, you know, whatever, game plans and stuff like that. But you saw that Flight Junkie definitely had things on deck to deal with the rush punch from Ed. He knew how to deal with the V-Trigger activation. He knew how to stay right in front of that face. So when that came, he was going to react with the Tatsu, and he did so many times. And Flight Junkie just, man, my man's either getting a rank. I don't know what my man's is doing, because you ain't no Super Diamond, dog. You taking my points for no damn reason. That's all I'm gonna say. You need to get yourself a Masters, dog.
Yeah, dude, that was it's like I said earlier, and like you repeated, like it's smart Akuma play. Like he had the correct answer for a lot of situations. And also another thing I noticed about his play, those dash up DPs on the, you know, he's been catching those edge jumps late, the late DPs. You know, that's what I like to see from Shoto players. So this man has been studying. He's been not to sound QAnon, he's been reading the flight log here.
Reading the flight log. He was like, oh, you know what? If you listen to the sound right here, you can hear that Shadow Ace loves to jump back in the corner, and I'll DP him. But hey, it worked out. Dog's got the smart stuff on the deck, and Flight Junkie definitely showing you the power of a well-studied Akuma, because that's a character where very strong character. If you understand the toolkit, right? If you understand how to use those tools. Again, the Home Depot of Street Fighter V in terms of characters, got all the tools, but you gotta know how to use them. You can't just pick up a screwdriver and start filing stuff down. You gotta have the right stuff to make things happen.
Definitely, and like just since the last one I played him this week on ranked. I got whomped. I'll be honest, I got stomped on. Not afraid to say that, but very good showing today by Flight Junkie. Hopefully he can keep it up. But this is gonna be another good one, St. Cole. Itachi's Legacy versus Jay Caesar.
Ah, man, I'm excited for that. Like, I'm excited for, like, anytime I love seeing Itachi's Legacy, because I've said it so many times every single week. He's just so neutral based, no matter what character that he has, that A, his bust out moments, just you're like, wait, what? And then B, just seeing how he approaches some characters like Blanca, or even just Ibuki in the ground game, it's very fun. But Jay Caesar is like one of those like wrenches in the in the bracket, right? Like, I feel like he's got some really great weeks, and then some weeks are maybe not so great, and he's just like trying to find the consistency. But that makes it more interesting to watch him play, because you're like, this dude could do some massive work, or he can get bodied. But it just depends on the day, and I feel like Jay Caesar's kind of maybe getting better towards the I'm not getting bodied style of thing. He's bodying other people. So, and him having all those different characters, Ryu, Kage, and Laura, all great things.
Definitely, and the one thing that's kind of tough with Jay Caesar, he plays a very different rhythm of the way the character he plays. As he's rocking that new Ryu color, he plays a very different rhythm, and for some people, it takes a while, and before they figure it out, they're already down at the loser side of things. So let's see what he brings to the table today, as Tachi bring out that V-Trigger 1 Blanca.
Bro, he's got the Piranha on him. Are we sure that's legal? Oh wait, never mind. This ain't CPT. Don't worry about it. Mind your business, says Itachi's Legacy. But he's already taking a little bit of damage. Jay Caesar trying to space him out. Play the neutral, but this is hard. I feel like playing the neutral against a character that's so wily like Blanca, even though it's Itachi's Legacy, who's very maybe not ground based, but very neutral based, is kind of difficult, because you see the side switch right there and the cross up too.
Oh, it's not on the DP there, but not that one. I'm working out. Crouching Fear is not the answer.
Stun? Oh man, it might be done. Wrong option.
Oh, he dropped it.
Back throw. Big deal. Tachi's Legacy still has a lead. Catches him coming in. Closes the door right on his face with that B trigger roll.
You know, I thought Jay Caesar had such a smart answer with the air tots. I was like, man, that might beat that. Oh, wait a second. Itachi was 2 steps ahead of the game. And St. Cola, is this wait, I've never seen the fish on Blanca. Is that the alternate costume?
Yes, sir. That's the costume code, dog. That's the costume code. Yo,
I've
that
never
parry
seen
with a
that.
call out. He parried him low. Let's go. Yo, Jay Caesar, I forget that he's kind of a parry god. I forget this man, definitely. You come in the wrong way, you come in pretty obvious, he knows how to answer you. I love his parry. But I don't love that jump in. Letting that jump in fly right there. Jay Caesar getting pieced up in the corner here. The response.
Okay, so V-Trigger 1. Okay, so Caesar out of the... Wow, that's projectile invincible, I guess. Ground shaving roll.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm learning it today. Because you don't really see many Blanca players use that, but, you know, Itachi's Legacy, he built different out here.
He's built different. Yeah, he plays that South Florida cleaner type of play. But, you know, not with Ibuki, but with Blanca, just that's a cleaner play. I guess, you know, V-Trigger 1, you're not relying on the V-Trigger 2 comeback. Oh, geez, nice uppercut.
You talk about clean play. Jay Caesar also got that on the deck. You see the spacing until V-Trigger popped again. Itachi's Legacy taking it. Again with that projectile invuln right there. And again, I mean, both these players are really playing that clean style, right? But the thing is, when it comes to Blanca, it's like he can put a little dirt in there. And that's the problem. Also, spoiler, if you want to go ahead and follow the official Twitter on Juicy Goes Online, they have a smash shot GG. Actually, if you hit up the bracket, if you do X-Men short bracket, it'll tell you all the rules and if you are in the applicable area as well. So you know, catch that, see if you're in the area. If you are, come join, come catch these hands, dog. Back to the match.
So, I'm actually still hype about this costume. I didn't know. This makes me want to play Blanca. The fact that he has a piranha stuck to his forehead.
Isn't that sick? I feel like
it is sick.
Because we have the champion edition, like you get all these costumes and stuff like that. Like you don't have to worry about going to like a setup and be like, do I have my costume? Do I have what I want? Like Jay Caesar wanted this, you know, Kari costume. He's able to get it, you know, for free. But my man's also looking free as he got jumped in on the bad fireball placement. Itachi's Legacy. The timing, the reads are ridiculous.
And you know, it's just, I think Jay Caesar is put out of his game here a little bit. You know, Blanca, not known for going through fireballs well, but V-Trigger 1 making the big exception, but not a factor there. But still, Itachi's Legacy looking good here.
Yeah, Bat Fireball will definitely take you out of the game. Like, you lose so much. And Jay Caesar trying to get the comeback, didn't get the jump in if he wanted, but no big deal. Itachi's Legacy still has quite a bit of a lead there. Bad Tatsu.
Oh, bad punish.
Yeah, those are mistakes right there that I feel like, you know, maybe they're, you know, nerves or something like that. Vocal connection issues, who knows? But either way, you gotta write yourself.
Oh, geez, the Blanca shimmy. Oh, that combos? Okay.
This is a Blanca Dan with that CA. Have to kill. More. If you're looking for that overhead, you know that he wants to blast the dome.
I was just about to say he's gonna walk up overhead him.
Or that, be careful with throwing up fireballs. We saw this before. We saw this movie before. I don't want to watch this movie. I already saw it, but he changes it up. Still comes in. Jay Caesar was pinned to the wall, and this is, you're starting to see the problems with Ryu, right? Like, he doesn't really have that big comeback factor, that explosive comeback factor, or the mix that kind of put people off kilter. On the other hand, Blanca does, and you have to stifle your game plan against the character. You know, you can't throw out the fireball game when you're fighting Blanca, so done deal. Itachi's Legacy moves on.
And it's so easy to forget about, you know, V-Trigger 1 Blanca, because 95% of the Blancas you play, they use that V-Trigger 2, and, you know, they don't have to, you don't have to think about this character going through your fireball outside Rainbow Ball, but yeah, I mean, just Itachi's Legacy, just, you know, showing a masterclass that, you know, you can play Blanca without that comeback V-Trigger.
I think that's a testament also to how Street Fighter V is. I feel like nowadays, you know, when you play Street Fighter V, especially at the Juicy Game Night, as you can see all those wonderful social menu things right down at the bottom. You know, you got the Instagram and the YouTubes and the, you know, Facebook, Twitter, and the, you know, Twitches and things like that. When you play at your locals, you get to see more variety, especially just like the variety you would see on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Tuesdays got that Street Fighter V and the Tekken 7, and then on Wednesdays now we've got to change it up a little bit with the Blaze Blue and then the Dragon Ball Fighter Z. on the windows there, as you can see as well. There's so much variety with the game now in terms of the balance. And guess what else gets constant balance? It's Soul Calibur out here. And you can also join the Florida Caliber people. Check those links. Check the Twitter right there so you can be up on things, on what's going on in that scene as well. And then also, you can also be up on the scene when you hit up that Ultimate Marvel vs. Parsec 3. They got a new way to play online. Check Twitch.tv/Tampa Never Sleeps, Smash.gg/Marvel on Friday, 7:30 p.m. Florida time. And again, thank you guys for coming through and Juicy. You know, I kind of segued quite a bit, but my point is, game's really fun right now. It's opened up a lot of variety with the new V skills, V triggers, and the balance, and kind of what they've introduced with the game. So I seeing that stuff is, to me, it's like no surprise now, and it's great to have that those play styles kind of get bolstered and be explored a lot more, and be rewarded for it, I guess, too.
Yeah, definitely. You know, one of the earlier complaints in this game that people said, and I feel like people try not to forget it too, is that, oh, you know, there's not much. Every Cammy player looks the same. Every Ryu player looks the same. But, you know, I highly disagree. There's definitely styles, and, you know, as the game went further on, you know, people are developing into those styles, those different branches of Abigail play that we're going to see on screen, different types of Akuma, different types of Ryu, different types of Blanca. So I love to see in the character variety. It's only going to get bigger.
Yeah, I definitely think as the meta increases, even though we're running into a bounce patch at some point in this year, I think the meta of this game is definitely going to still be shifting. We're still trying to figure out, like, we know Seth is good, but people are even contesting how good Akuma is, and yeah, some of that's downplaying, but some of the things are, people are finding new things about Akuma. They're, you know, finding new things about their characters and stuff like that. And honestly, there are characters that you don't see as much. And man, am I a psychic? Did I just not say Seth? I just not say Akuma? I can't today. I cannot believe that I call these things. But this is part of the meta, is like, honestly, people going to Seth, right? And, you know, picking up that character and seeing what they can do with this character, because Seth's super strong. Like, there's no doubt about it. With the axe kick, the V skill 1, the great buttons, and the great conversion, and Oki off with so many things. And Troy Boy putting the Abigail to the side saying, listen, I'm going top tier against Maru-san.
And, you know, don't forget V-Trigger 1. Momochi, please.
Oh my gosh, man. V-Trigger 1, both V-Trigger 1 and V-Trigger 2 have been absolutely ridiculous. It's just like, it relies upon your playstyle, and that's what makes this character so good, is you can mix and match what fits you, and it'll all be great. Not even the same thing for Akuma, but he's still strong in his own right. His neutral actually, I think, is better than Seth's. But let's see what happens here. His neutral, Maru-san's in general, is super good right now. He finishes off with style, crouching fierce to end things.
Yeah, Maru-san is another Akuma player from the Orlando area, and like, he's definitely been getting better, getting more time in, and I'm just, from what I know, he's a smart guy too. But so far, looking very, very good here.
Yeah, nice. Using the back fierce. I think a lot of Akuma players have been thinking about that to deal with the axe kick. Gets a crush in the follow-up. Wake up, the HDP Troy Boy pulls it out.
You know, I like that. The back-to-back wake up EXDP working the second time, so Troy Boy not getting deterred from his game here.
I like Maru-san really running the back fierces like this. He understands how to use it. You see how it's catching so many jump arcs, and that may be Troy Boy needing to have to switch up a little bit on the axe kicks in terms of the distance and using those more as a bait, maybe going in for like a punish or, you know, taking his turn, but the EXDP, Maru-san busting that out raw on the neutral.
And that was a great time to use EXDP. Troy Boy mistiming heavy axe kick there to get the plus frames.
Maru-san with the throw pressure, actually off the crouching fierce. Or I'm sorry, heavy kick, but gets the throw to finish. Maru-san, just, you can tell how comfortable he is versus Troy Boy's Seth, right? You can tell he's definitely very comfortable. He's definitely willing to be playing in a comfortable manner. When you see XDPs bust out like that in the neutral, that to me shows a sign of comfortability that maybe the other player doesn't have. Troy Boy probably has recently picked up the Seth. I can't see it being something that has been as accomplished, or I'm sorry, as run as Maru-san, right? Because Maru-san's been running Akuma for God knows how long.
Yeah,
you know, compared to, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, yeah, definitely. I've only known him as a Akuma player.
So he's been running this for a long time. But Troy Boy probably picked up this dude, you know, recently, and he's sticking with this character. The family man. He's got the 5 kids sponsoring him. I bet his kids are in the back baseballing right now as he's getting peace up. Maru-san? Maru-san's toying with his food. He said, bring me your real. You should have brought me your main. You should have brought the real to the table, not this fake stuff. Not this, I can't believe it's not butter. Bring the real butter to it. If you're trying to cook, bring the butter.
And unfortunately, you know, as you'd like to think that he's switching, each kid gets a try at the rounds here. Unfortunately, only 4 out of 5 looks like are going to get a chance to be involved in this unless he has something to, unless kid number 4 has something to say about it.
Bro, kid number 5 is sitting in the back, and the oldest, he's like, I'm the most accomplished. You gotta give me a turn. Come on. Kid number 4, what are you doing? Throws over the low. He doesn't really confirm anything off the crushing light punch. Boy, trying to go for the spin kicks, but gets interrupted. Marusan with a just bring the crouching medium kick. You can tell again the comfortability and him throwing out the buttons back fierce. Where are you going? Right, that right distance, a catching thing. He's just trapping him in the corner. Catches him coming in. One more hit for the finish. You know what's coming. Maru Sands knows it's coming too. Troy Boy got to make the return right now.
Oh, no punish there on the EX flip kick there. Spin kick.
Yeah. Very difficult. I mean, at that distance, you want to be really careful about it, but maybe could have got something. It doesn't matter. Maru-san cleans it up. Fireball Super C. Later, my friend. And that was winner's quarters. So Troy Boy can swing on back with that Abigail if he needs to, but Maru-san making a statement. You see how he looked at him? That got to be on purpose, dogs. He looked at him. He said, "Bring me the Abigail. Don't bring me this. Don't bring me this mess. Bring me the clean stuff, the Abigail."
Yeah, he said, I don't want to deal with 5 kids. I want Daddy himself. Daddy
I want
Gale.
the dad.
Yep. That was a quick one. Unfortunately, kid number 5, he's going to go, like you said, he's going to have to go give it a try in the loser side thing. That's only going to be a little bit more tough there.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, if you learn that matchup and you put a lot more time into it, which you probably will, I think Seth does pretty well against Akuma. I think he's got a lot of options against what Akuma wants to do. The air fireballs. I think his footsie game can keep up with Akuma. He's one of those characters where, in the matchup, to me, like, it feels like it's even from what I played from the Seth side. Because it's so explosive, either side can really make the comeback happen, and you really gotta be on your toes on either side. But you know, I feel like that's something you really have to understand and lap out. And for Akuma, it just feels a little bit easier because the buttons are a little bit better, a little bit on the stubbier side, but definitely can make the. You know, when you're learning the matchup, I feel like Akuma gets the lead a little bit until you know the Seth player has to kind of make a little bit more effort to learn, and that's also because Seth is new. We only had Seth for less than a year. Akuma's been out for God knows what. Yeah, February. Akuma's been out since season 2. So, you know, it takes a little bit of time, but we've seen also other players, top players, make it through the bracket. And speaking of top players, Hachi's Legacy, who has placed in the top 16 of CPT, going up against Flight Junkie. I'm so curious about this match, man. Flight Junkie, one of my new favorites right now. We case on Akuma players all the time, right? But this dog out here doing some damn work.
Now I'm just making sure, Alex. Is this 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5? 3 out. Okay, 3 out of 5. Okay, gotcha. So lots of games to be had. Did you say 3 out of 5?
2 out of 3.
Oh, sorry. I just heard 3. Okay, so 2 out of 3 here. So, okay, so like I was not gonna say, now is that he only has a little bit of time here. So it depends. We'll see if Itachi's giving the full business. Is he giving the full Ibuki? I know who Flight Junkie's gonna use here.
Ooh. He did not. He's going the Blanca. But I mean, we saw how he did with Ryu. Obviously, it's a way different matchup, right? So I'm curious to see how the Fireball game that we saw before from Flight Junkie, how it's going to factor into teams. I mean, this man is definitely like, if you're lacking with the Fireballs, he'll slap you for slacking. My man will get the jump in, so he'll use a V trigger to blow through. Let the angels play out all anime-like. Let's see what Flight Junkie is going to do.
I mean, with the way how Flight Junkie had an answer for everything, he's probably gonna have an answer for V Trigger 1 with the way he played last set.
Bro, he was awake and aware, dog. His eyes were open while he was sleeping. I bet he sleeps with his eyes open.
That looked like the reaction of a man who just drank a Red Bull.
My man's got 3 on the deck. He's I'm in 3. Whoa, what a reaction. They get the full confirm, a little bit too far out, but yo, the idea is there. Flight Junkie definitely knows how to play this matchup. And this is something that you see too often, right? Because there aren't a lot of good Blanca players that are out there that you get to meet up and rank. I'm going to be 100% honest with it. They rely on a lot of gimmicks. And when this neutral base is pretty different, but Flight Junkie seems to know his stuff. But here we go. Hachi's Legacy getting us almost not the stun. Perry.
Oh, jeez. And that could have been a stun. Uppercut.
Ooh.
Oh, I was expecting a super confirm there.
Got the card! That could have been it!
Oh! No, Flight Junkie, what are we doing?
Oh no!
Oh, I was expecting activate mash super.
Fight Junkie, he ordered the eggs over easy, man, got the scrambles, and that's not what he likes. Fight Junkie, unfortunately. Had a few misconfirms that did not land him the round. Touch Legacy took advantage, but now Fight Junkie going in right now. The trade combos on the deck. Dog done did his homework. Turned it in early.
Yeah, there's still a lot left in the flight log left to go here for Flight Junkie. You know, good answers.
A ton, but you know, sweep for a sweep. In the floors, empty low. Junkie's defense getting blown up right here.
Jeez, that was a good amount of damage too.
The double jump right there. Touch Legacy platform jumping over here. Under the fireball.
Okay, we know he's not going to really spend much resources there with the scaling going on. That could have been an uppercut in the corner.
Who gets jumped in on into the super? No, he didn't confirm and didn't go all the way. Then I got one for you too. Go Retsuha.
You know, there's been quite a bit of Twitter clips this past week about Akuma Super trading not being that good, but in that case, still proving to be very good.
I don't want to ever hear an Akuma player whine about their CA not having the right because they didn't choose the right option. Oh, my million options didn't go through, dog. Like, relax. Like, you have a million other options, and you see how much damage that did. That's why he gets the throw into the corner. Side, no activation. He's waiting for that on block, and there it is. Pops that sucker. Oh, the whip DP could have been bad. But not recovering time. Let's push him to the corner.
And you know, that was, you know, anytime you see a whip DP not punished, that's basically them building meter. That's a fancy way of building meter.
Yeah, my man, I think that was a bit of an input there. That could have been unfortunate, because you know, if you're Akuma, you mess up, it can hurt. It definitely hurt.
It definitely hurts, and you know, Itachi Legacy's been putting the full combos here. Okay, so Flight Junkie using the Javits tech yet again, medium DP critical art.
It's so sad that that's tech right there, doing the right thing. Medium punch into the super is the right thing.
This man has always been a wild card.
This dude's ridiculous.
It is the right thing because Javits was saying, I don't see any Akumas doing this. And there you go. Flight Junkie saying, no, check me out, dog. At Flight_Junkie.
Bro, Flight Junkie putting other Akuma players on blast with the DP. Saw him coming in. Great anti-air. Gave him a little bit of distance too. My man is definitely awake. You cannot jump in on him for free. And now he's jumping in on Itachi's Legacy. Get things going here.
Yeah, so Itachi taking this a little bit more seriously. Taking the piranhas off the face, I don't blame him. Even though that's still pretty sick.
Now take the, hey man, they were getting in the eyes. He was like, listen, I had something in my eyes. That's why I lost.
Yeah, got the sun in my eye. I mean, fish in the eye, that's a new one. That's a new one as a TP. But you know, oh man, but Akuma though, it's still a good character here. You know, and it looks like Itachi is just kind of playing scared. You know, he's holding back a lot, getting jumped in on.
I feel like that neutral game that you want to play doesn't really work against a character that just rules the neutral, like Akuma. Hard knockdown DP right here, and this is the reason why. You get a whole lot of these instances right here, and the danger of what could come next is super painful, and you know Fight Junkie's definitely willing to spend a meter in the first round like this, because he'll get it back if you got to take it to 2 or 3. Charging up, Fight Junkie trades, and is in his favor again. My man's making out like a fat rat out here.
Was that a DP that traded?
I think so. I see the rear back, and I'm not 100% sure, but it looked like it might have been. Listen, it's A-okay for him. Whip punish doesn't go for the full conversion off the meter kick. Doesn't matter. Should do a little bit of damage to the deck. Crush counter on the sweep. Back throw, though. Activate screen.
I think Flight Junkie whiffed on a move there accidentally, so it messed up his setup timing.
Okay, super to the CA, and it lands. We got, Capcom, we gotta talk about that one. Because like the hitbox didn't even hit the hands, but it doesn't matter. It hit the extension enough, and it worked out. Damage evened up, and Itachi's actually in Itachi's legacy favor. His health is in his favor a little bit more, and he lands a beat trigger conversion. It's a finish off his plate. The jump back, the fade away.
What an air-to-air by Itachi's Legacy.
The jump shot, dog. You see him lean back with it? It's a 3-pointer. Legacy looking really good here. Dealing with a lot, I think now he's starting to deal with a lot more options that Akuma has, right? So deal with the fireball, getting that pressure going, but it was expensive. He's pulling that bar back up. Neutral jump with a heavy punch, EXDP, that meterless side switch, baby. You know Akuma players love to do it.
That's the one thing I kind of find annoying, the meterless side switch. Oh, come on, guys.
He needs it. He needs it. It's like you need to be watching the skies right here. The jump-ins from Itachi Legacy off the jumping heavy fierce have been really good. Am I a psychic? Call me. Yo, I'm Miss Cleo. Call me now. Because them jump-ins have been the bane. They've started to become the bane. They started to become the opener. They started to become the closer, as you saw also as well. For Itachi's Legacy, those fireballs have been putting our friend, the hero, is a flight junkie out here in so much trouble, whether it be CAs or jump-ins, and leading up to damage or side switches or pressure, right? So if you're a flight junkie, you gotta be careful with fireballs. You gotta be thinking about those for a second.
Yeah, you gotta be thinking about this. And another thing too is that, you know, Itachi's been landing more jumps, except for that time. Okay, so Flight Junkie is woken up again.
My man's woke. He's got the Twitter woke right there. Oh, no pickup though.
Oh,
Switch.
that counter hit confirm is actually ridiculously hard to land. Counter hit crouching medium kick into V skill 1 launch.
You gotta have that on the deck, dog. There's a nice DP fight. His anti-airs. I've been super good, but careful of the fireball. We keep talking about how that's just the party starter. Itachi's Legacy looking for the fireballs and getting those whip punishes or those jump-ins or things like that to catch Flight Legacy's patterns off, right?
Yeah, and I like that answer. You know, instead of trying to contest the ground shaving roll charge, he just jumps over it.
Nice little hop. Lord Fierce doesn't connect with anything. Itachi's Legacy has a nice little lead, and it's up to Flight Junkie to make the return.
Oh, good tech by Itachi. That could have been a scary moment here.
Man's getting pieced up hard, knocked down again with a DP. Super on the deck for Flight Junkie. Just needs that confirmed. Looking for it again. Boom, bop.
That's gonna be it.
You don't even need it. You don't even need it. Look at that CA. He said, "I'll save it for the next round. I'm good to go," because that combo was optimal. Flight Junkie again on match point.
You know something to keep in mind here, guys. Itachi's Legacy has not used EX up ball once as a reversal. Expect to probably see it here.
I would hope the bust out would happen. Oh, we out of there. Gonna use that for the escape right there at least. Side switch. Gets the counter hit. Doesn't follow up too much. Puts a little damage to the deck. Trade. Puts it back in the corner. This is great for Itachi's Legacy. We're gonna have all this room to play with. But the DPs though, like Junkie with the anti-airs. Is that CJ Truth on there? Is that CJ Truth behind the sticks?
Could be. I mean, saving the jab is attack for another round. Round shaving roll cancel. Okay.
Well, activation.
Time to guess.
Bro, don't get hit with the demon. Don't take. Oh, it's not gonna happen.
Oh, not full. It didn't hit. It falls out of. Still alive.
Face messed up, but no, he's not. Yeah, I forgot about that last hit when he tosses you to the ground. And now we're at final game, final round. Itachi's Legacy, Flight Junkie, the back and forth, man. The meter spin, the anti, everything looking clean for both players. Who's gonna be taking it to move on in the winners finals?
I just forgot about Akuma's health for a second. And the
think,
EX
man,
getting more damage.
You know, cool players on the Twitter, on the Discord, me should have some more health. I don't understand why, he don't have more health. Bro, you have the best character in the game. Relax. Flight Junkie though, yo, the medium kick, red fireball, dash up, great tech, Legacy, over the slide. I love how in pressure situations he's able to land a slide, and even though he's either on block or on hit with the DP from Flight Junkie, back to mid screen. Itachi's Legacy now has a little bit trigger to play with, and he's charging it up. Back fears, my God, Flight Junkie. Yo, Itachi's Legacy's rattled.
I was expecting EXDP there.
Oh no!
Jump jab! Oh gosh, anything it will do for Flight Junkie, this will be the upset of the night.
And the jumping jab meets you in the sky. It says Flight Junkie. It's in the name, baby. It's in the name. He takes it over Itachi's Legacy. And I'll tell you what, I want to give some props to the man Flight Junkie out here, because you saw how the scramble situations kind of made him feel uncomfortable, and he ironed that out, right? And it actually seemed like Itachi's Legacy was on the back foot for once, and even those scrambles, and man, my man was like, you know what? I kind of like scramble. I kind of like scramble a little bit. Put the over easy to the side. I'll take the scramble.
Yeah, he likes to scramble, and he had the right seasonings there. Just choosing the right answer in all those situations. Good stuff. Just like that, Flight Junkie moves on to winners finals.
That is a massive upset. You know, the thing is, a lot of people might be like, well, why do I ever watch a local? Why would I ever see things like, why would I care about, coming through? This is why you care. Because these players out here are working. They see new faces like this. And when these new faces come through the bracket of your favorite tournaments, you get pieced up, you're gonna be like, who was this? Who was this mysterious person? Who was this flight junkie? Who's taking my points on ranked? Who's smoking me? You got a frame of reference. You come through Juicy Online, you get to catch that action. And when the good thing is when you see players like Itachi's Legacy making waves, showing out for their scenes, the community, it makes other people get stronger too. It makes other people want to enter and say, listen, I want to beat this dude. I'm hungry too. Put something on my plate. And Flight Junkie moving on to winners finals is a definite upset.
Definite upset is right. Even though Itachi's Legacy played one of his sub characters, that's still a really good character of his, and it's still quite an achievement.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're playing against Itachi's Legacy and he picks any of those characters, they're all viable. They're all great. They're all really well studied. So I think the Blanca is probably almost as good as Ibuki. Maybe not at the fullest of marks because he's been playing Ibuki for years, but definitely has that character pretty well neutraled out, right? Like he's won tournaments with that Blanca before.
Yeah.
So that beating that Blanca is no small feat. So even if that person loses with their secondary, A, it was their fault they chose a secondary. So, you got to hold that. B, the secondary that's picked, if it's just as good as their primer or almost in that realm, it's the same thing. A W is a W at the end of the day.
A W is right, and we're just going to take the W here. We're going to get a repeat of the last set, Akuma versus Blanca, but this time V-Trigger 2, so the dirty scumbag play, Blanca. That's how Alex wants to play. He wants to do the V-Trigger comebacks. He wants to shimmy you. Expect to see those walkbacks. Stand fierce. It's a Blanca normal catches everything at that distance.
Yeah, Alex, I thought, kind of willing to take more risks than other Blanca players that we've seen at least in this bracket. And you see how it's working out right now. It's just like to off kilter you. It's a little bit more like how you see other Blanca players play, but that's perfectly fine. Alex, I thought, definitely has won a few of the tournaments. We're always saying has been on the coming up higher and higher in the top 8s and things like that, getting closer to that goal. But let's see if he can solidify himself. And when we already talked about how things, when it comes to this game, you can see the diversity. You already see the diversity in styles. You don't see an anti-air from Maru-san right there. But you see Alex Dot being very aggressive in comparison. There's an anti-air. My man Maru-san heard me. He said, listen, I got something for you. Don't worry about it. Mind your business.
People ask, what is the correct anti-air to use? The right answer is the one that hits. And using that medium BP, it's the one that hit there.
But Alex Dot hitting him with a jab. Just a dab will do you. And that aggression, I feel like it's hard for Maru-san to kind of place on how he wants to play his play style. You kind of see a little bit of, see like that, just the bonka ball coming through. Maru-san just like cannot get a rhythm. He's got to find his own rhythm and kind of sink it in style. Back throw though, fireball, no DP, just a jump in. And Alex Dot.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Like, if you can't stop Blanca's air approach, he's just gonna keep, coming through the air. Why not? You're not stopping him.
I mean, if it works, why would you stop doing it? That's fighting games 101. People like to change up their style when the other player hasn't proven that that's not the case. Maru-san, though, does have V-Trigger and NC on the deck. Nice DP. The DPs are starting to come out in the anti-airs, looking a lot better and watching the skies. Now trying to find that fireball or some sort of activation. There it is. On the block.
Oh, no anti-air. So that's, Alex Dot, he's a very strong Blanca player, but one of his weaknesses is that he's a little bit scared to anti-air at times.
Bro, the demon.
What?
Turn off the lights. Put your goosebumps away. It's bedtime, but Maru-san's got one more hit to do it. The lights are still on. Oh, the lights are just one more light. Alex Dot leaves it on. He says, listen, it ain't time to go to bed just yet. You said I had to go to bed at 9 o'clock. It's 8:59, baby. I'm staying up.
Anytime I see Demon and it's like less than half, and it's around half health, I just assume it kills just because of the damage it does. But man, a really great decision there rather than the other critical art. But unfortunately for Maru-san, it's not enough. And he's that's a game.
Akuma players are in the back. They're in the discords. The clip's gonna be shared. Several people are typing. They're all upset. Well, I think they should give me 95 health. You know, they're talking in the Twitters and things like that. But you know, Mario saying, if you're Mario saying you're like, I gotta find something more optimal to find these combos, a little bit more damage to make sure the job is done. But it was a good decision. Just didn't work out in full. Alex Dot now going in. EXCP gets baited but not punished.
Oh,
but hey,
and
meter off the table, no big deal though.
as Maru-san, you'll take that any day.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you can take it, you're like, I will not do this again. This will never happen to me again. Those close shaves, activation, screen freeze, DP, it's done. Dot. One more round away.
And despite that mulligan, Alex he is here. He's looking strong, and it's just what answers can Maru-san do? You know, I think he's just perhaps, you know, getting a little bit on tilt here by Alex's approach.
Yeah, see the jump-ins right here? Maru-san just cannot get those anti-airs. And the ground approach, when he saw it, he was looking up. Man was right underneath of him. Boom. Finish his combo, though. It's not over just yet.
Oh, that's going to be it.
Now it is the pick up, the scoop. I'll take two. I'm not on a diet. Alex Dot takes it. 2-0 over Maru-san.
So there you have it, folks. You know, Alex Dot very, very familiar on the winner's side of things, being in winners finals. You know, he's one of the top players, you know, one of the favorites to do well at these juicy tournaments. And he's going to meet his matcher in another Akuma Flight Junkie. I'm excited for that when that happens.
Yeah, I'm super excited because, like, no offense to Maru-san, but I'm really excited to see someone who can really, you know, keep eyes on the skies and really understand the ground play as well too, and not get too tilted from that. That's no offense to Maru-san, but he just couldn't deal with Alex Dot's you know, persistent approach. But at the same time, Alex Dot built a little different than Tachi's Legacy. You see the jump ins, a lot more risky plays. Willing to do that to kind of check to see what you want to do in the neutral. So those things are going to be different than the Blanka player that he's fought. So he's going to have to definitely come with a different game plan or acclimate himself and say, this isn't the same one. This Blanka player picks his nose. This Blanka player picks his butt. They are not the same. They are not the same.
Confirmed here, folks. Alex Dot, essential butt picker. But it was the butt picking that got him into winners final, so I cannot hate upon that. Sometimes you gotta itch, you gotta scratch.
You gotta get in there, dog. Sometimes you gotta get in there, sniff, make sure everything's okay. That's all I'm trying to say. I see what's good. I see what's good. Now you're gonna get me canceled. Jock's gonna get me canceled. They're gonna clip that. They're gonna put that up. Capcom's gonna be like, don't come back for another CPT. Don't do it, dog. You don't.
I feel like Capcom can't afford to lose you, though.
Be surprised.
You know,
they cycle through some commentators, so.
You know, speaking of CPT, we're gonna talk about a different CPT, and that's gonna stand for Cola's prediction tonight. So, you know, looking into that final, what do you think? Like, what's your prediction on Alex Dot versus Flight Junkie?
I feel like a first to 3 really will help Flight Junkie get his way in, but I gotta see how they play their first match. If Flight Junkie gets in, if he's feeling it, first match, he'll win. If he's not feeling it, Alex Dot's gonna run a train. Because again, the way that Alex Dot plays is so off kilter, and if you're not ready for it, I feel like you have to establish your game plan right off the bat and not let, you know, that momentum go into Alex Dot's hands, because we've seen Alex Dot really build up that momentum, really just build it up, and it's hard to stop him, especially when he's playing, you know, a character like Blanka that kind of relies upon the tricks and the traps and stuff like that, right?
Definitely.
So if he's able to keep, if Flight Junkie can really get those anti-airs on the deck and really pump up the damage and rule the neutral and stop the tricks, which is easier said than done, I think it'll be good. But the neutral isn't what Alex Dot likes to play all the time in terms of, you know, the standard affair. You know, I guess it would be actually the standard affair of Blanka. So I don't know. Oh man, what do you think? What do you think?
If I had to be a betting man, and as much as I want this guy to win, my final call is gonna be Alex Dot 3-2.
Ooh.
I mean, it just comes to experience, and you know, I'm not doubting Flight Junkie, very, very strong player, but when it comes to experience, 1,000 more Akuma players than you see good Blanka players, and so I think Alex's Akuma experience, you know, he changes his game plan a bit. You know, if you stop him, you just got to stop him, and we're gonna see what Flight Junkie from Section 8 has to offer.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch this man. Flight Junkie going through in the winner's side of Grand Finals would be awesome. But Alex, I thought, just like you said, you're right. Like, he probably has a lot of Akuma practice. Probably definitely been running into millions of Akumas on the rank and playing against, you know, Shin Akuma level 2 and stuff like that. So he knows what to do, right?
That's who we beat in the bracket too earlier tonight.
Oh, okay. So he definitely has to practice as he lands confirmed. On the other side, see the counter hit, try to mash, no go. It's a throw. Alex not getting pieced up by this V-trigger activation. Hold this hard knockdown. VP style. Back throw.
And you know, that's a little bit of privilege right there when you have that fast walk speed to walk out of shimmies.
Yo, you forget about that with Akuma. That's the man of all the tools, but they may not matter. We have that low health, that glass cannon. Missed DP punish by Alex Dot with the crush. You hear that glass break? Bro, Alex Dot with the call out.
Yeah, with the call, you know, I definitely respect Flight Junkie's idea there, you know, to invincible DP through perhaps the forward ball mix-up, but, you know, Alex Dot having to go through the other routes. Unfortunately for Flight Junkie, idea not working out fully.
Yeah, this is looking a little long. Already lost a lot of health here, but Flight Junkie wanted to play that neutral. It's nice pacing, but gets jumped in on. Alex Dot with the reads, the call out, and right into the super. I'm gonna hold my tongue because I don't know if it's gonna do enough. Still alive. Flight Junkie can still do this. Wake up the XCP against the overhead. Bust his dome. It's a lot more though.
And he still has his activation. Or not. That's a huge risk by Alex there too, because, you know, at that range, the jungle river slide is very, very, very punishable. So that was a risk. It worked out for him there.
Yeah, but I mean, if you check it, you gotta check it like this. Man's had health to play with, so I mean, you don't want Akuma. It's a big risk because it's Akuma, right? Because like one decision puts you in the corner, you're like, oh dang, you gotta hold this. But at the same time, like in his mind, I'm assuming he was like, I get the help to play with. I'm gonna run with it.
Yeah, and I just double checked the move. Amazon River Run. Unfortunately, my good friend Foggy, anime player, is gonna hate me on that because she said that's her favorite move. So Amazon River Run.
Amazon River Run, bro.
Yeah,
the names on these are great.
I know, it's good. Appropriate.
All right, good shimmy here. Get anything off the line. Here's the target combo from Flight Junkie. Put him in the corner, but back though, trading the places right here. And this could all be in Alex Dot's favor. Having that room to play around with is so important as Blanca. Great DP though, catching outside his guys.
And it's kind of a risk to DP the EX Rainbow Ball because the fact that he can change the trajectory of it.
But Flight Junkie's been really good on his DPs. For the most part, lands a double medium kick, the double gooey. That'll do ya. DP Ender, Flight Junkie sending him down to the ground.
And down in the ground, but looking very good here. Yeah, full meter, this is scary. He's starting to give the momentum. He's, you know, the engine has started to whir. The propellers are moving.
Hey man, when it comes to cool, you know, everything goes brrr with this character. Crouch me kick goes brrr out here, bro. Yo, the jumping heavy fierce is a neutral jump. He's really good about using that jumping fierce. You see other players like Samurai use that, and I always wonder why cool players don't use that bless button. But yo, Flight Junkie though, unfortunately getting jumped in on. As I sing praises, I'm also singing my man's of mine. He doesn't pick it up. The trigger will definitely help. Grab something EX flavor, dog. Put it down to the ground.
Yeah, that was grabbing the startup frames of EX Rainbow Ball there. So fortunately, you know, that's the move you do want to stop. I guess time to guess.
Back. Oh man, gets one more hit there. He doesn't even need the CA. Doesn't even need the super to get it done. Flight Junkie. Was this what we were looking for before? Because I was saying, if Flight Junkie starts to get a hold, if he starts to understand, because now it's 1-to-1, right?
Yeah.
If Flight Junkie can, you know, start to get a hold of that neutral, and understand, bruh. Oh no.
He's waking up a little bit, and you know, there's, you know, in 3 out of 5, there's going to be a lot of back and forth here. You know, it's, can you stop Alex's approach? And if you do, like, he's going to keep doing it. And if you stop him from doing it, he's going to have to approach other ways, and you stop that.
I mean, it's hard. And you look at the matchup and how Blanca has to play. He does have to play risky. I mean, he's not the most neutral-based character. Comparison, he doesn't really have the tools. Doesn't have a 3-frame. Got to really, you know, be smart about busting out. You know, some of them almost ain't the best compared to Akuma, but you know, if you outside Dot, you got to make those risks at some point. In the first of 3, you're gonna really rotate those options and not get the crush. Doesn't get the follow-up though. Here and there, activation for Flight Junkie. Side switch, you knew it was coming. Meterless. We're gonna spin a damn bar. Throw. What else we got? Another one. Crush. Tatsu. EX. Doesn't even need the EX to follow up. It's just a V-trigger flavored one. Are you kidding me, Flight Junkie? Round 2.
Yeah, and so far, Alex Dot Dot has not used the reversal rainbow ball. Flight Junkie's been very good about his offense there, but expect to see it come out soon.
Just the tip, man. Just the tip of that DP. Crush. Follow up back fierce. You knew it was coming. Put him all the way to the corner right here. Alex Dot Dot gotta be super careful. Junkie recovered in time, but got back thrown.
Well, this is where it sucks. You know, Flight Junkie using the right answers there. Wake up, crouching medium kick, working.
From the medium kick. DP though, looking great. Flight Junkie, he just cleans up his inputs, right? Like you see him, like he'll mess up an input, but he's like, no big deal. I'm gonna go in. Alex Dot Dot might be expecting something, so he kind of holds back. But it's just helping Flight Junkie out. Here's the activation of the red fireball. Forward fierce, block. Crouching medium kick was not.
What a
Hit him
confirm.
low and made him say Figaro, because that is it right there for this match. Flight Junkie up another one.
That was a quick one, and man, it's just there's a lot of like really good things strung together there. A Flight Junkie, just it's the little snippets. It's not about making this huge comeback of like a sequence off a knockdown, It's just these little good snippets of solid play, good answers that he's putting together, and that's what's causing him to get these victories.
I mean, you saw right there, just the red fireball and the crouch medium kick to check him low, and then he just got the CA off of that. Like, he knew he was, like, not blocking that low, bro. He was like, listen, if you ain't blocking low, I'm crossing up, I'm creasing them shoes up, and it worked out in his favor. Alex Dot Dot got to do something, because now Flight Junkie is on game point here. He needs one more. Here's the throw from Alex Dot Dot down in the corner, walk up, pressure, counter hit, side switch, throw, stun. Oh, you're done for this round.
And as Akuma, like as a character low health, you'll have you take those rounds sometimes. A few jumps. Some characters just do a lot of stun and damage, and you can't handle it on a few jumps, and it's just part of the game.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, didn't get the dive that he wanted, but no big deal. He's so good about, like, if I make a mistake, I'm gonna right the ship, but it's hard to make bad mistakes like this as he gets crushed. You see the damage right there, the red. We'll check the red, V reversal. Flight Junkie will change his defensive options, finally using V reversal. I hadn't seen too much of that, but he's willing to spin that bar. He knows he can make it done, or maybe get some before this ends. And that crush will definitely help Johnson. Get the bar at the bottom. Look at the V trip, he might be getting it back.
Okay, time to guess now. Oh, that's so hard to guess. And we are at 2-2.
Evened out. But I gotta say, your prediction might come true. Alex Dot Dot starting to land some of these hits, starting to make our Flight Junkie friend, a little nervous, right?
Yeah.
DPs are coming out, the nerves starting to hit, and that's just allowing the momentum for Alex Dot Dot to have. And if you're a Flight Junkie, maybe you haven't been in these like tournament situations as much as Alex Dot Dot. These clutch situations where you're not out of it, and you would go to jump it from Alex Dot Dot, getting the fireballs. Another one. Oh, he's calling these out, bro.
Yeah,
All damn day though.
Just unfortunate series of events for Flight Junkie. DP getting stuffed in on.
Jump it again. Get the fall, but no big deal. The damage is what has been adding up. See, Alex Dot Dot getting way more movement base. If you're Flight Junkie, you got to be feeling a certain way because he's starting to get a lot more squirrely and feeling more comfortable himself.
Wow. What a good answer to the whiff throw there by Alex Dot Dot, and converting off that too. He is on set point here to move on to grand finals. That's
Right there at the precipice. Are you kidding me? Doesn't find, see, drops like that I feel like are just indicative of like being a little bit more nervous. You see the opponent who was all the way in the back, they're starting to come by, they're right beside you on the passenger side.
I believe
Your
that
best friend's ride.
I believe that red fireball there was an actual. Well, he wanted to back fierce the the rainbow ball, but unfortunately he got that fireball to come out.
Unfortunately, you gotta be real standard here, real stable, and have those standard combos coming through. Keep them nice and clean. Remember, you gotta do the clean combos that you can do, especially in a clutch situation like this. The medium kick punish on the way down. Go Retsu. It's a lot of damage. Not gonna finish this yet. The demon flip though. Crouch fierce meaty. Final game. Final round. Alex Dot Dot versus Flight Junkie. All these going to the wire. And this one is winners finals. Let's move on to grands.
And St. Colo, sometimes like you do need that fancy Javelin tech, but sometimes the day one tech, the basic meaties is it's still still fundamental. It's still what gets you games too.
That's correct. Sometimes you don't need all that seasoning. Just a few hits of, Larson's out here. A little bit of garlic salt. But back throw, though. Gets another throw. Dot. Gets a crush. This is bad. The next few decisions are definitely going to decide the pacing of this match.
Oh,
DP got him in the corner.
man, the Microsoft Windows 97 special, that autocorrect. Oh. And then he gets a good guess here.
My man's getting shut off. Side switch. Bing, 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 bing. It's a wrap. Alec turning him off and putting him in loser's side as he moves on and winners. Grand finals winner side. Damn, Alex though, the comebacks, and also a lot of it coming from just finals jump-ins, right? Seeing that he was throwing out the fireballs and it was just too much for Flight Junkie to not have that in his neutral game, and he just couldn't take it out in time.
Couldn't take it out in time, but it's just played well enough, and people complain about those strong V triggers, but you have to learn how to play defensively against it. You have to lab the timeout, and if you got a strong V trigger, use it. That's what Alex is doing, but good stuff to him. My prediction is right, 3-2. Alex takes it.
Damn, you actually hit it right. I was the squirrelish. I was like, bro, I don't know who could. I don't. But Alex Dot take it 3-2. I feel like if that was a match that was like a first or two, that would have been in the favor of Flight Junkie, who might be more used to first or twos, right? He might be the type that plays a lot of ranked. You see the 81, level 81 out there, definitely been grinding ranked. I don't know what they're doing in terms of outside of ranked, but maybe that's the mindset. It's like, I just play ranked a lot and I'm ready for a first or two, but a first or three in a tournament set to move on to grand finals where there's a lot of pressure on the line. I could definitely make something happen in this, really make a name for myself. And I'm faced off against one of the winners who consistently gets up to the top threes, first place, stuff like that. It's right there. It just drops it because of the nerves, because of the idea of being there is, it's just you haven't molded yourself in that kind of format.
Definitely. But, it's not the end. It's not the end of the story for Flight Junkie. He's going to come back in a later chapter, go chapter 76 out of 100 so far. He's trying to last till the end here. Walking Dead is one more season. He's trying to be one of those last people standing. Who knows how that's going to end as well. I have no idea. I'm so behind. Okay, I'm looking at the bracket here. Okay, so Tachi's Legacy took it 2-0 over Shin Akuma. And then we got Maru-san versus Shadow Ace. I guess that is going on right now.
Yes.
So yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one. It was Flight Junkie taking it over Shadow Ace earlier. Very, very good, sick play. In fact, Shadow Ace came to the chat and said, "Let me peep on that Flight Junkie. Let's see how he's doing," because he was cooking. He was right. So it's gonna be a hard one there for Maru-san.
Yeah, man, I'm feeling bad for Maru-san. Had to fight that ridiculous Blanca, and we're gonna have a Tachi's Legacy coming up on the deck. Trying to make their way out. They got put down there by the Flight Junkie, but can still get that run back, but also make their way through the loser side of grand finals.
An interesting thing here is, if you were Flight Junkie, which person would you rather face least? Akuma or Ed? I'd rather face the Ed player, despite how strong Shadow Ace is. That's just the turn of the cards with the character.
We also can't ignore Itachi's Legacy. There's a chance that we get the top 3.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Man, see, that's the thing. Is like, even with the players being what they are, the characters being what they are, it's hard to be like, I want to fight this or that, because I feel like all the characters this season, especially now that Street Fighter 5 is so much more balanced, so much stronger in terms of closing the tiers, it's really difficult to be like, damn, I really want to fight this, because to be honest, like, how many Ed players do you fight? How many, good Akuma players do you fight? There's so many variables. There's so many play styles that maybe you don't see, that you missed out on. But that's why you come to your locals. That's why you come and get that work, get to see the variety. I mean, there's some people out here in the Chicago scene, personally, that we got a V Trigger 2 Geef. And I'm gonna tell you something.
Who is that?
Dude be winning tournaments. Cold Pipe.
It's Cold Pipe? That's the V Trigger 2G? Geef?
Geef. V Trigger 2 Geef. And let me tell you something. The way he doesn't care about data that much. Like, he'll meander on some things here and there, but he really plays from his heart. He plays V Trigger 2, and he is super strong. And that's the thing is like to get the different play styles and stuff like that. That's why you go to your locals because there's always gonna be people who have that variety in terms of their players or the characters, but also like their play style. Like you may not always fight a geek that plays V-Trigger 2, but if you do fight one in bracket, you're ready and prepared. That's why like the same thing is like you come to your locals and fight Shadow Ace because you may not fight it at all the time, but when you do, you're definitely gonna be ready. You're gonna be like, I know how to fight this character. You thought you could just skate on by using slow to your character, thinking that I don't know how to fight this character. I know how to get on V-Trigger 2 setups and things like that. I know to hold up and when to hold up and when to punish and when you're negative and things like that. So that's why, people, if you're watching right now and you got an inkling and you're in the area, come catch these hands. Juicy goes online, people. No better time. Sign up with Smash.gg, get some work, catch these hands, and get that practice. Better than sitting at ranked. Sitting through ranked all day can be fun for an hour or two or a couple hours here or there, but you really gonna get your money's worth in terms of time and play when you come through your locals because you get to play, fight strong people that you can fight. They're gonna have decent connections, right? Yeah. And you get to also look at the VODs and catch them later on and be like, hey man, what did I mess up on? Like what did I screw up on?
So you said the Zangief player is Coldpipe, and I googled it really quick to see if I could find a video of his play. And sick shoutouts to him because that's actually Zangief's theme in the EX series. Coldpipe, that's so sick.
Dog, I actually have never asked him if that is why his name is. I wonder if that's the case. I don't even know if he played EX, to be honest.
I just googled it, and Coldpipe Zangief, and it came up with this theme called Coldpipe.
Listen, this is that it's that, right? It's that now. We're calling it Coldpipe. Bro, that's the reason of your name. I don't care what. Oh yeah, when I was a kid, I used to hit people over the head with a pipe that was cold, and people used to call me Cold Pipe. No, it is Cold Pipe now because the Street Fighter. What was it? Is it all the EXs that's named that? Every EX? I never really looked at the titles except for like Sunset. Is it every EX?
All the original ones have titles.
Okay. Then I guess any of the EXs, that's why your name is that. You played EX, you're like, this song is sick. I love Geef in that game. Geef in that game was also ridiculous too. He had the green hand. There were grapplers in that game were ridiculous because you have the Excel combos, and you get some meter and you do ridiculous damage, put people in bad situations like quickly. And Geef was one of the best characters in those games. So I wonder if he did play Geef in there. I gotta ask him. I have to hit him up in the Discord. Like, dog.
He also one of it. I think his 3-bar SPD Super it actually pulls you out of the earth, and he's spinning pile drivers you back onto the earth.
Dog, I just remember the meteor finish, like when you hit someone with like the super, and like the meteors come down, like it's like meteor finish.
Well, it's even better with Geef. He carries you, and it shows him going into space, and then there's there's a sound that goes because he goes so far and he lands back down.
Oh man, EX was so good. That's one of those games where it was so busted because everyone had access to the Excel system. If you pop 2 bars, you could take someone's like 90% of or 60% of someone's health, almost unoptimally, right? You could literally take a good 60% just doing a pretty simple combo. You could take 90% if you've got if you had the smart stuff on deck. With most characters, those games were busted, but they were really fun. But those games were like the first foray in like the 3D for like Street Fighter. Like if you're out there and you've never played the EX games, make sure you guys pick up a copy, or I don't want to say emulate, but if you can find it some other way, whichever you got to do, test them out because they're definitely a different style of Street Fighter. And a lot of people will say this game has some broken stuff. There is nothing nearly as broken as what the Excel system gave people in that game. Sim was super busted. Y'all want to complain about Sim in this game? Sim in that game was just ungodly. He had a command grab.
Speaking of
Excel,
Excel,
the big-handed command grab.
Speaking of Excel and stuff, interesting. It was a few weeks ago, and Daigo was talking about the love that he has for Alpha 3, and he said the only thing that ruins that game was a theism. The Excel stuff. The Alpha. The Excel combos basically there. So interesting that he said, that's definitely one of the best games. It's just because of that ism that's what everybody played. He was raving about how it's like true fundamentals. It's just there's everything you can do with punish. It's real, true Street Fighter. He was saying.
It is. You know what's really funny is like that is actually the reason why that game is ruined for me, and for the same reason you kind of listed. It rules so much in the meta, and it's really hard for like newer players. It shouldn't be where newer players can beat veterans easily, but it should definitely be where they have somewhat of a chance. But once you got like back in the day, I'm an old dude. People don't know this. I'm a bit of an old dude. Back in the day, mans be hitting them at Vs and combos and things like that. And it just be like, oh, you didn't get to play. It was whoever got the VSM combo off, and it was a done deal, right? They had execution. I'm not gonna lie to you. It definitely took a lot of work to land a lot of those combos and stuff like that. But it took so much of the meta that it just wasn't as fun to play. And there were some more cool things of that game, but you were so streamlined into playing that ism that you couldn't play much else. And many of the characters, you almost couldn't use the other isms that were interesting, because I liked A-ism. I didn't really like the custom combos. I thought that was a cool thing, but after it ruined the game, I was like, I like A-ism.
Yeah, A-ism, and it's interesting because you look at the tier list. There's a few characters that are still top tier. Dhalsim is a top tier character that can play any ism, and he's good.
Yeah. Akuma though, man, with X-ism, V-ism. X-ism for Akuma wasn't that bad. You just never get hit. But V-ism though, man, the corner character. Oh man, there's so many infinites. That character is ridiculous.
All the characters is good there too.
Oh yeah, dude. Geef was. I gotta say that I do like what they attempted, but they definitely threw everything in the sink and didn't really take care of the balance. If we're gonna talk about balance, we gotta talk about the balance Street Fighter V. That's super good right now. You don't have any of the custom combos and stuff that you gotta worry about. There's V-Trigger, but there's nothing that compares to the cheapness of the ism. So, we're gonna get back into it. Itachi's Legacy coming up against Shadow Ace.
Yeah, so if you guys look in the bracket, it was Shadow Ace taking over Maru-san 2-1. So we're gonna see some Itachi versus some Ed-ism here, you could say. We'll see what character. We'll see what character Itachi plays. I'm gonna guess Ibuki, because this is the loser side of things. The Shark Tank. This is Jaws out, mains out. I guess you could say.
Yeah, I would assume Ibuki definitely can roll the neutral. But I wonder how Blanca deals with it, because he's had some good answers, and maybe not like in a straight matchup. When you compare strengths and weaknesses, I wonder. It doesn't matter. We're gonna have the Ibuki. Throw it out the window. And Blanca, just as you said, it's all about the mains.
Another thing with that too is that if you want to talk about a person with a bunch of Blanca experience, there's probably no other person in the world that has more Blanca experience than Shadow Ace, because he's the training partner of Alex Dot Dot.
Let's see though, all that training experience is gonna go to waste. He's gonna have to rely upon previous battles against the two, as the Ibuki pick is up on Itachi's Legacy, the one that really got him to many places, CPT online, making the runs on here, winning tournaments before. In terms of local things, so you're definitely going to be seeing the main come up on deck. B-Skill gets stuffed though. Shadow Ace stayed up front of that face, good jump. It doesn't find the full combo. I guess he's out of there.
So yeah, Shadow Ace opting to go with Olympic Ed here, so he is warmed up, he is ready. He is ready to get these drop combos against him. He'll take this any day.
Bro, the pickup though, the ball DP, ball up kicks I should say, just lands. Feature conversion. Boom! I gotta think there might have been a call out on a jump in or something like that, or an input. Doesn't matter. Cleans it up and it works out. You take those moments, right? You take those moments and you're like, yeah, I meant to do it. I'm just gonna say he meant to do it. Shadow Ace definitely been around the block.
Yeah.
He doesn't even use his character for a while, so I'm just gonna say he meant to do it.
Oh, he meant to do it. I'll take that. With it hitting, he meant to do it.
All right, goes it out the reversal, saves the day a little bit, keeps up the stun. Cross up just yet. Playing the neutral, staying all nice and easy, nice and calm. Cross-ups have not been happening because Shadow Ace start a little bit of micro walks, things like that. Touch Ace to get pieced up.
Ooh, I like that, checking on the dash. Shadow Ace not being able to convert. Oh, this is good damage.
Yo, unloads the clip and it all hits. EX Rider, the pickup, the double Rider right after. Ooh, Itachi Legacy. The double down.
Man, I don't care if this is Street Fighter 4 Ibuki or Street Fighter 5 Ibuki. That stuff's still cheap.
That's the thing, is like, yo, I don't understand. Like, this character's so ridiculous. C tier, don't listen to him.
Yeah,
I talked to Fujimura. I interviewed that dude after Rebel Kumite. He was like, yeah, she ain't cheap enough. I'm like, bro. I mean, you might have to. He was like, I'm going to Chung Li. I'm like, I don't know about that one. You just gotta put a little bit more spice in it, right? In terms of the mixes, you gotta put a little bit more damage on the deck in terms of the mixes, but the spice is still there. You gotta add a little bit more seasoning.
You know, it's spice. Even though if it's spice that you're used to your whole life, it's still spice at the end of the day.
Exactly. Nice EX. He knew what to do. Checked out Invuln right there. He's getting the throw. Just him. Unloads a clip again. Oh, this is the same combo. No, we're going for the reset. And it lands. Other side. See, this is great for Itachi's Legacy. He's got, when I built that bar, doesn't even need it. I was going to say, going to build up the bar to get through the fireball. V-Trigger fireball doesn't matter. Itachi's Legacy holding that. Knows he can just play nice and neutral right now. More had to do it. No kunai necessary, to be honest. It's nice and easy with the jab. A dab will do it, or a slide.
And this is only 2 out of 3, so Shadow Ace, he has to make a decision. Like, I've never seen him play V-Trigger 2 Ed. I think V-Trigger 2 Ed is not bad at all, but, you know, is it an option to think about? You know, that's something that he only has this one game to switch out for.
I saw, like, Ed players like, you know, the few that are out there, like, you know, Little Evil and stuff like that, talking about how V-Trigger, this V-Trigger is actually really good, and how they actually like this V-Trigger more than the other one. But the problem is, you see how he deals with the Raida, right? You saving the bar for the X Raida to go through that, and that's just an issue where you don't even get to get your stuff started. So Shadow Ace trying to get the lead up right here, trying to make sure that comeback going to be a lot harder to deal with. Interrupts a dash. You see him catching him, keeping him in the corner. The flickers are 1, 2, 3s.
Oh, here we go, Stan Like not gonna be the biggest combo. Gets a good reset though.
Definitely gonna help out the tech. Jump in. Raida still got kunai, so we can make the stun happen.
One more guess.
EX again! What did we just say? Are you not listening? EX to finish the job. You cannot throw those out when my man's got the bar. He gonna cook. He's got the chef hat on. He's got the apron. He's got the recipe, and it's leading him to pull out a nice and tasty W out of the oven. Itachi's Legacy on match point.
And that was the correct answer, so that shows you either he's been in the lab or he has all that Ed experience that you need.
I mean, he definitely has the lab experience. He definitely has the timing down too as well. He sees the screen freezing, he goes right in. There's one of the kunai to keep the plus frames. Jump in though from Shadow Ace right here. Gets a pickup. CA definitely wants to get the damage even between the two. But at the same time, you better make what comes after this. The V-Trigger activation better be nice and fat.
Nice fast, right? Ooh, okay, so good shown by Itachi. They're not canceling on the block, but on the hit here, this is gonna be good. I'm gonna guess.
Reset. Gotta stay alive. EX. Throws the bar. EX right after for the finish. Itachi's Legacy moving on to losers. Finals. What is going on?
That is so cheap. I don't know. It's just anytime I see a Ibuki land like stuff mid-screen, I just think of like a projectile-looking move. She gets the dash up on you and complete this combo. Man, that's a good character.
I just feel like there's just so much around that V-Trigger activation where you want to try to make the comeback happen, a Shadow Ace. It doesn't happen because Itachi's Legacy's got the bar to deal with it, right? So you saw Shadow Ace get a little pensive at the end. He's like, man, I can't even throw this out. How am I supposed to get my game plan started? And in the neutral, it's kind of hard to kind of fight against Ibuki. She's got the kunai. She's got the B skill, and you got to be able to whip punish it. And I feel like Ed's buttons aren't the best at dealing with that. So you got to be up in front of the face, and doesn't really allow that. And you saw a lot of jumps with Itachi's Legacy that didn't really land in the cross-up situations that still kept him on the back foot. So Legacy moving on.
Moving on is right, but you know, going back to the V-Trigger usage, you know, the one thing I was thinking about is that only real weakness with Ed V-Trigger 2 is that you can V-reversal it and stop the pressure. But when you V-reversal, that means you have to give up a V-bar, and as a Ibuki, you know, you really kind of need that V-Trigger. You know, you're using V-Trigger, so you want to use it as much as possible. So you're taking that chance of like a big combo. You're taking away that chance of a comeback, a sick reset away. Maybe, yeah, I mean, Shadow Ace is a better player than I am, but, you know, if I was him, that's what I would look into perhaps against Ibuki. That's just me.
I think because we've seen him before play that V trigger. He sometimes pop it raw in the neutral, or he'll use it other ways to kind of get the mix up, or maybe off a confirm or whatever, or for reset, and then run it and go for the cross up mix up. But if that's just not happening, because she's got the EX Rida, I think that he didn't really think that Touch Legacy was going to go for the V reversal. I think he thought he was going to go maybe not with the EX option. He was like, what am I going to do? Like, what can I do? And I feel like V trigger 2 doesn't really afford you much because you have to get the V skill going, and there's so many jumps going on. It's just difficult. But Tachi's Legacy proving that he's got what it takes in the matchup knowledge. Let's see how that happens against Akuma. We've seen Flight Junkie use the fireballs, but I'll tell you one thing: he knows how to turn that off at least enough to not let it be suspect, right? Because that might be a problem. EX right through the fireballs, but Flight Junkie's willing to play the neutral, and I think Akuma's neutral is very good in this matchup.
Round 1.
Yeah, Akuma's neutral is very good. Another thing too is that, from what I've seen, sometimes Flight Junkie, he is a little inept to anti-air at times, like under pressure. So look for Flight Junkie to, take the air approach here and see if Itachi can stop that.
Yeah, I mean, my man can't be right every damn day, especially when the pressure's on, and he's gonna land here on the other side. Itachi's really putting on the pressure. Almost a whole clip. He wants that grand finals. He wants it. You can see it in his play. Itachi's Legacy, making sure the deed is done with a triple tap at the end.
And that was an angry little round there. That's I need to send a message back. You beat me in winners, but I'm gonna knock you out of the tournament. That's gonna be the bigger statement here.
You saw Maya Blanca. Let me show you my Ibuki. Let me show you what took me to the CPT Online top 16. Let me show you what wins the tournaments. Let me show you not the variety, but the old favorite, the old bae. That's the real one, not the mistress, dog. I'm talking about the girl at home, the one that cooks, dog. The girl, guy at home, either one. B reversal doesn't want to deal with the plus frames. You see Flight Junkie going for rotating the defensive options real early in this match. I wonder if that's a sign of how do I deal with this character.
Man, I just like the approach, walking under the parachute. Okay, good pair here. Shades of Shin Akuma.
Gotta be careful landing with those fireballs. Tachi's Legacy can definitely can smooth on through. Speaking of smooth on through, the command dash, but doesn't get the full combo. No big deal. Whip punish on the back fears. Reset. Block though. Still alive.
Block does good damage. One more mix-up is all it's needed. He was expecting
to backing off. Yeah, you saw him jumping back. He's like, don't, leave the lights on. I'm looking to your eyes.
And he was watching a Demon Slayer. And he said, man, it reeks of demon in here. I'm out.
He said, smells a demon in here. Won't be happening. We only have 2 bars. EX, a double bars on the Tachi's Legacy. Speaking of that. And that was, I'll tell you, it didn't feel like a grinding matchup, but 16 seconds on the clock at the very end. The clutch was all in the Tachi's Legacy's favor. And I feel like Flight Junkie got a little bit nervous at the end, trying to close things out, because he was like, I gotta spin this bar up now, right? He felt like I can't land the CA to get the job done. I gotta spin the bar up now. If I'll spin one and maybe I'll leave these other 2 bars for the next round, I'll be okay. But Tachi's Legacy says, I got the 2. My mom said I can have 2. Now I'm gonna use them now. Takes the first one.
His mom said, it's all right, go for 2.
You have 2, can have 2. Mom spoils him, dog. He's in that sort of family, dog. He's in the rich family, the rich side of things. College paid for and everything. Flight Junkie, gotta start putting some more smarts on the table here. It's so hard to pin Tachi's Legacy down though. Like, it's so hard for Flight Junkie to get his pressure going. What side did that hit? That hit in front? No, it didn't. I'm not even seeing the hitboxes on that one. Tachi's Legacy, that was dirty. He creased up the shoes.
I'll need to look at that replay. I don't know. That was a really cool little reset there.
That was Tachi's Legacy. That's the thing about this character. When she's got kunai, she can really make things happen. And that's kind of like that resource management you have to have with this character. Tachi's Legacy's really good about that. EXCP though, bust out, back to neutral. Let me see what Flight Junkie can do.
There we go.
The jump.
Anti-air by Itachi. That's something you don't want to see Flight Junkie.
Nothing new. You see that he's fine with doing this, right? He'll take a fireball or 2. Catches him outside the air, switching sides. Flight Junkie's got the bar in terms of future activation with the whip punish. Tachi's Legacy is the crouching medium punch. Side switch. Mercy overhead. I got one of my own. Not even a real overhead. I'm sorry. It's a 4 Fears. Boom, bop, bam, hard knockdown. We got here. The demon. EXCP.
You reach, and he didn't even need a teach there. But man, there was a really good sequence there by Flight Junkie defensively, and he was starting to gain the momentum. But man, it's looking tough here, Saint. It's a two. You're down 2-0 this 3 out of 5. I don't know what religion you may be a part of, but I would start praying.
What better clasp his hands? Pretend like it's Sunday, like you in those pews, dog. But the thing is, I feel like it's the defensive decisions from Flight Junkie that haven't been maybe the determiner, and also decisions that just kind of write things from offense or from defense to offense. Right there, Miss DP. Flight Junkie, unfortunately, from the corner. Not the biggest punish, but still. It's a damage, but here's a Tatsu. It's in the corner. This is looking a lot better. Heavy kick, though, with punish, but see, there's not the turn off that medium kick. That could have been so much more. Flight Junkie, feeling the nerves, feeling the pressure, unloads the whole clip. That's a counter hit to do with Itachi's legacy. Match point.
I think what Flight Junkie wanted there, he saw that the opponent was in the air and he wanted to go for the back pierce or the autocorrect DP, and it just unfortunately not working out there.
Those confirms that we have been seeing from Flight Junkie. They're not coming out as much. You saw the double medium kick land and nothing right after. When you're Akuma, hit confirms are your bread and butter of your life right there, right? Now it's a flag medium punch, able to start getting things solid, chase down, but just, you see that jump, light kick, those are the inputs right there that you know that my man is nervous. Them hands are sweaty. Wipe them off on your pants, dog, and keep it going, keep it moving.
Oh, that's a good anti-air there by Itachi. This is going to be good damage. Wow, look at that.
Bars of health right there. Activation could make the comeback happen. Flight Junkie.
Oh, what DP?
Let's finish off the job. Do it now. Do it now, Gohan.
Oh, that's
medium kick.
Man, this could be huge. This could be huge for Flight Junkie. He's starting to get warmed up. Things are starting to go his way. And he's here, full bars. It's game 3 out of 5. You're down 0-2. But definitely make it more possible with each little positive interaction for him here.
Things are starting to work out a little bit better for him in terms of the anti-airs. It's starting to kind of rule the ground game, which is what's been lagging. Let's see how long it lasts.
Still looking strong here, but he's got to watch out. Ibuki has the V trigger too.
Yep.
There it goes.
He said popped it. Right the V skill. Side switch. A little delay on that call today. Doesn't get the full combo though. Unload just yet. Just like he's waiting, and there's the punish on the DP right there. Flight Junkie says you can't whip that from my face. Won't kill just yet. We'll do a ton of damage. Flight Junkie in the lead.
But Ibuki has full resources, so this could be anybody's game here technically.
At any point. Definitely make the comeback. Oh man.
Ooh, that's
did that. Oh god, falls in the fireball. Tachi's legacy. Oh man, he scooted on behind it. That's so unfortunate. The screen, the screen able to move a little bit out of the fireball to hit, and he just wasn't paying attention to that back jump. And damn. But
man,
this is good though, right? For Flight Junkie, right? Isn't this looking better for him?
If that was the case of Ibuki, you don't realize your first 2 weeks in college, and that freshman 15 hits, dang, she was thicker than she remembered, unfortunately. But yeah, Flight Junkie, though, this is looking good for him. It's gained some momentum.
It's the thighs, dog. It's the thighs. Flight Junkie trying to get that back pierce. Ooh. The double back pierce. Again, that blast button coming through to catch the jump through. The damage on the deck. You see, Itachi Legacy a little more pensive in terms of his neutral. Trying to find an activation, just straight up going for it now. The crouching kick allows him to do so. DP, side switch.
Ooh,
EXDB, wake up! Doesn't get the follow-up, doesn't matter though. Stems off the pressure. This is perfectly fine for him. This pressure won't be though.
Oh, just the tip it. That's enough. Get the knockdown of some sort.
Needs more though. Flight Junkie's got one bar to work with. Let's make it a bar. Itachi's Legacy. Loading the clip and then putting the medium kick on it too.
Oh man, there was a little drop that could have been Flight Junkies, but unfortunately, no. Here we go. Itachi back on set point.
Crushed though from Flight Junkie. Round start. Grabbing the weave. Medium kick, EXDP. Stun. Boom.
Yeah,
this is what you like to see.
Definitely worth the meter here.
All right, bust out. You'll take this if you're Flight Junkie. No big deal. One DP ain't gonna kill you. Light kick. This mix will definitely hurt you though.
Oh,
Got
gets
him
away
there.
with the teleport.
Light, there we go. Fight Chucky stays alive.
Man, that was such a risky teleport. You know, this is definitely the worst teleport Akuma has ever seen in any of his games. But Flight Junkie taking advantage of it.
Man, I definitely concur with the DP. Didn't get anything off of that. Fight Chucky getting pieced up with a medium. Look at that stun. You see, Touch Legacy wanted to spin all those coins to make it happen, but Fight Chucky's just moving on through, maneuvering, gets hit with the DP. Touch Legacy. Doesn't even really need the kunai to really take care of the neutral right now. He's looking super strong. And Beatrice is getting closer and closer to a thing, but Fight Chucky ought to activate his nice DP. Activation.
Oh, just out of range. This could be a ton of damage. No, he drops it. Oh,
Pick
no.
them up. 5-second rule, my friend.
You know, if he's a pilot, that's the worst thing to do your job. You don't want to drop anything. Okay, this could be, you know, a demon will take, okay, a super, and we'll take it for Flight Junkie.
Oh no, Super definitely will take it. Can't get hit. You can't get touched or tapped. One hit to do it. Fight Junkie needs to even this up. He needs a CEX palm. Not enough to do it. Another one this time. B-trigger activation.
Is this gonna
Stay
kill?
alive after this. Not yet. The scaling. Either person takes it. Gotta be careful. There's one more kunai left. It's gone. 25 seconds on the clock. Fight Junkie. He's going in when he has to lead the slide. Touches like a secret works on his favor. Fight Junkie. He rushed in, man, but you gotta stay solid, dog. It was 25 seconds on the clock. You gotta play the time. But Tachi's Legacy slid on through. That could have been it, bro. That could have been it. But yo, you gotta make them risk to take it.
You gotta take them risks. Yeah, they're slightly risky there for Itachi, but you know, you don't see that, you know, it's like anything can do it. You know, you expect the opponent to play super safe, you know, maybe it's your chance to get in. You know, that could have been anybody's game, but great showing tonight. Definitely, I would say the crowd favorite with the way he played earlier to Flight Junkie. Congrats to third place, but even more congrats to Itachi's Legacy moving on to Grand Finals yet again against Alex Dot Dot.
Damn, dude, yo, Fight Junkie gotta be one of my favorites, you know, through the bracket, dog. Like, Fight Junkie, I see you, dog. Drops don't matter to me, because to me, what matters is that you got the neutral down, got a lot of great ideas in the neutral in general, and just seeing how Fight Junkie plays, and knowing that if those drops are, you know, corrected, you're gonna have an even stronger person down the line. So third place, right off the bat like this, is such an impressive showing. And especially against such strong players and taking Touch Legacy to the limit. Again, person who's placed in the CPT online 16th place, top 16. I mean, in that area is super strong. So if you're keeping up like that, that's good stuff. But good stuff also, as you said, Touch's Legacy staying solid, just taking it down to the wire. And now, gonna have to fight Alex Dot Dot, who's sitting in the winner's side of things.
Trying to grab him right now from the debate.
Oh, is he watching that?
Yeah, he's like,
Dog,
hey.
you know, you gonna come up heated.
He's like, until my match, can I watch the debate? I'm like, thingy. I'm like, okay. Time.
You know, he don't care. He don't care who wins right now. It's just he needs to get this over. Watch them politics.
Hey man, come take out your hands from Street Fighter 5, dog.
I feel like
it
it's
ain't
good as
worth it to
keeping on
watch.
Street Fighter 5 right now.
I wonder if that's gonna help him. If he's gonna be like pissed off and be like, this something debate. I know people are gonna get, you know, oh, you bringing politics in my game, but you know, politics is the reason why you can't, you know, play at your locals. So, but at the same time, we are here. Juicy goes online. We have adapted in some ways. It's great to have the online tournament, and for this online tournament, we are at our grand finals of the Juicy Weekly. It'll be Tachi's Legacy in the loser side of things versus Alex Dot Dot and the winners. And as usual, if you're a Tachi's Legacy, you gotta reset the bracket to make sure the job is done. The double tap. Alex Dot Dot only gotta win one.
But I gotta ask you here. So another time of CPT, Cola's prediction time. Who do you got?
Alex Dot Dot. And I say this not because the Tachi's Legacy is bad, but I say this because my man Alex Dot Dot watched the debate and he was like, I got it. Instead of punching a wall, I'm gonna punch these buttons.
Oh, that's hilarious. I actually just got a text about a poll for the debate. So yeah, this is the action right here. Okay, so we're not going for the Blanco Mare. So Itachi giving his best here, Ibuki.
Both, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like Dot going with his Blanca. And I would want to run a neutral base Blanca against more wily Blanca, to be honest, between the two. Like, that's not something I would want to engage in, right? Like, that's like not an argument I want to debate in. Like, he'll definitely, drag you down to the bottom. He's going to go low while you try to go high. It ain't going to work out. So, Itachi Legacy going with his main. See how that works out. DP started.
I remember the last time these guys played, it was actually Itachi kind of convincingly won over Alex. And a lot of that was because, Itachi, no better experience in playing the character yourself.
Exactly. You understand the character, really understand like the nuances and stuff like that. Blanca, pretty hard to actually, understand until you really get your hands on them, or you have a really in-depth training partner to understand what their tendencies are.
Definitely. So Itachi. Oh, what a block! 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 Oh.
Hands are up! Hands are up! Able to take his turn with a crouching meter kick. Ryder, Ninja Star unload the clip. EX Ryder right after. Enough to kill. Ooh, takes his turn. Alex that dodge. Still do it. The fadeaway though. That's all it takes.
St. Cole, I thought I was in Lakeland, Florida, because there were so many good blocks. I thought I was in Legoland myself. Itachi Legacy playing that great defense.
Hands were up, dog. Hands were up. You know how to guard the face. Don't want to mess with the pretty face out here. Itachi Legacy probably been seeing a lot of those Blanca ball setups, things like that, looking good, but Alex got Dot doesn't make the return. Big DP right here. It needs a great tech. Man, those anti-airs from Itachi Legacy are money right now. Hold the plus range shimmy. Get off that crouching mini kick, because there's not much you can really do unless it's a counter hit or until you have a V-trigger, but still get some damage on the deck.
So Alex thought he needs to make this big comeback. V-trigger shenanigans. There you go. There's a start.
This is definitely where the Blanca player loves to play. This is how I win. EX for the stun. It's done.
How fortunate for Alex on that last V-trigger 2 extension, he actually had enough to build bar.
I feel like if that wouldn't have happened, I feel like he'd be in a bad situation. Like, you don't want to leave this character alive, or anybody alive in Street Fighter V. But it worked out in his favor, able to take the round, but Itachi Legacy got him caught in the corner, side switch, DP ender.
Man, Itachi looking very powerful. This is going to be stunned? It's not.
Overhead, make sure it's done. The perfect, goes at the bar, and that's a golden level KO. Itachi's Legacy probably could have killed him with the EX, but it don't matter. Itachi's Legacy is like, listen, I'm in prime position, in hot pursuit, and I'm right behind you. And I'm about to pull you down to the losers. And that first game, if that's any indication, we might be seeing a reset happen. But you can't count Alex out of it just yet, because he had some good answers too as well. And that B trigger, just as you said before, being so important for Alex Dot's, his game plan. I'd like to see more of that mix and see how that's going to be incorporated throughout this set.
Perfect spaced Amazon River run there for Blanca.
Okay, Blanca ball comes through. You see the counter hit. Itachi Legacy probably trying to punish, but didn't have the right ranges for it. Neutral jump, what a good call, but blocks right there. That's still a good thing to have in the mind. Okay, I'll neutral jump that. But then again, Alex Dot, you can't always trade him like that though, right? You gotta actually land it for it to happen. For him to stop.
Okay, this is a good setup in the corner. Oh, that actually beats EX up ball. Smart thinking by Itachi. That's a foolproof way there.
Oh my god, how many times has that landed? The no cross up right there, almost the whole clip. Hits him upside the head, and you go to Itachi Legacy with the slide again. My man there is no, in his mind, risk to getting those slides. Especially when he sees Alex Dot blocking high. He's willing to go for the slide, and to be honest, we haven't seen fat punishes from anybody throughout this entire bracket against the slides, and I bet it's kind of hard to kind of land those, or with punish, or maybe even neutral jump. So if it's not broke, why even try to fix it?
You asked how many times has Ibuki landed it. The correct answer is every single time.
It doesn't matter the number. All that matters is every single damn time. Overhead connects, follow up, trying to get to unload the clip. This time, B reversal from outside Dot. He actually went for the block, but that was so unfortunate. He blocked it. B reversal, and still is almost on the stun of the trade. It's done. Itachi Legacy going for the super to make sure the job is done.
Man, St. Cole, this is a quick 2-0. That's a statement if I've seen one myself.
I feel like we talk about how strong the B trigger is and this and that. We didn't even get to see it that round. We didn't even get to see it from our Resident Blanca player. We didn't get to, Alex Dot didn't even get to pop the trigger. And if you're not able to pop something like that and make the comeback, what can you do? What can you do? What can man do?
It's kind of like they say how you fight G. The way you beat G is you don't let him activate V trigger, and Itachi taking some of that advice, applying it onto Blanca, and it's working out.
I just feel as if it's Itachi's Legacy really going in, like you said, and also Itachi's Legacy going for a lot of options where it seems like Alex Dot just maybe scrambling to find an answer for. You saw the V reversal against the unloading the whole clip, but it was like, cool, I landed on the other side and you went up for an EXTP because you're stressed, and I'll go for those punishes. And I feel like if Alex Dot can rear back a little bit, he might be able to kind of solidify himself, because you're just giving these situations to Ibuki. You give these situations to Itachi's Legacy to just take that momentum.
Momentum is right. I wonder if we actually might see some Honda usage here. I think Honda fights Ibuki pretty decently, so... Oh, we are! Okay. So, we get to see Fuji sumo wrestler here, E Honda, Not surprised, what do you... So, Ikola, what do you think of this character?
You mean as a character, or you mean the matchup? You mean just in general Honda?
I
got some...
character.
This is the one brain celled character right here, man. You got the one brain cell, that's all you need to run the Honda. No, I'm just kidding. I give Honda a lot of medicine. A lot of people do, but to be honest, to be a good Honda, be consistent, actually takes quite a bit of work in terms of understanding your ranges and stuff like that, and your defensive tactics too. Because honestly, Honda, they can take some rounds off of you, take some matches off of you, but at the end of the day, to make a solidified run with this character, I think quite a bit of work, and you're gonna see it right here. No 3 frame, only the 4 frame. The EX doesn't come out, with the armor, doesn't come out at the right time all the time. But here, this is why he's also strong though. V-trigger activation, make the comeback happen with the damage. This is it.
Oh,
See, it doesn't matter if you can't lay hands on the man. It doesn't matter, Jocks.
That was a Hail Mary from past screen there. Oh, that's gonna be a good one.
Oh, it doesn't land. V-trigger. My mom says I get that too. Are you kidding me? Check my lunchbox, dog. Every single day. Y'all come in with your scraggly lunches. I come in here with 2 lunch boxes. I come in here with the fixings. I'm just like able to get 2 V-trigger activations that round. 2.
I know Honda has a pretty broken regular throw range, but Alex putting too much faith into the character right there.
You gotta get a little bit closer for that one, dog. You gotta check the ranges and might go back in training mode. But this isn't his main, something he's been trying out. We didn't see the Blanca pick work out too well, so maybe he's trying to get the Honda pick. But to me, this matchup doesn't look like it's that much fun. Like, obviously, you land the hits, it's gonna hurt. But there's so many things that I feel like you can do, like from the skies, with the cross-ups and things like that, landing the damage. That it just seems like the most fun type of neutral saved by the Ninja Star.
Did you see that damage on the just heavy headbutt on counter hit? Was ridiculous. That's like a quarter life with 1 hit.
This is what he's relying upon. The damage of this character, right? He's relying upon, if I put the hands on the man, it's gonna hurt. If I wipe my hands off like I had some good barbecue, it's definitely gonna hurt. I'm gonna rub all over her face. But he's gotta do it a lot, right? It's gotta be 100 hands, not just a few, to make sure he pulls himself on the. Because look at it, he's down too. You don't want to reset the bracket. Touch Legacy going in right now. He is on reset point. Cross up stun, not just yet. There's a little bit whole clip. Touch Legacy can't chase him down. EX butt slam coming through the neutral. The smart stuff. 2 brain cells out there.
Yeah, 2 brain cells are better than 1, and for Honda that helps a lot.
V-trigger though, this will probably be it right here. Cross up is done.
What was that combo gonna end?
Bro, he still had meter to work with too. It doesn't. It's a Ibuki. It doesn't. He just keeps going on and on. But I'll tell you what's gonna keep going on is this grand finals. As we are at the bracket reset, Touch Legacy has won the first set, so we're dragging Alex Dot down to the dungeon with the demons. And this is the difficult thing. If I am, Alex Dot, well, I guess he's going back to Honda. I got to figure out something more, because like the damage is definitely there, right? But finding those situations is not consistent. And again, you could run a Honda and take a few rounds, but are you gonna take an entire set? Like it's Itachi's Legacy? I don't know about that.
I don't know. I think the Honda might be a good pick. He's looking a little bit better than he was with Blanca. You know, Itachi probably having less familiarity with Honda here.
The reversal. His turn. EX. I think he's backs away. That's his Legacy, making him waste those resources. And that's an important thing in Street Fighter 5. I know you get resources pretty fast in this game, but looking at the resource of the other person and when to go in and making them, you know, waste those resources. Like, look, now he's stuck in the corner, doesn't have any bust out, got to hold all his pressure, he's still coming through, looking for that V-trigger activation, but he's outside, not getting his off, back to the wall.
Oh, he missed out on that combo, actually, that actually instantly meaty, so he can come with the light hands.
The
Unfortunately...
COVID cut on the other side. Ooh.
Did you say the COVID cut?
Dog, it's looking ugly. When you get hit like that in the back, with that ninja star, that's the COVID cut. That's the thing, like, you ain't going outside anyway. It's gonna be looking bad, but you ain't going outside anyway. Good crush right here. Tachi's Legacy getting the fault. The side switch again, out not blocking any which way. And that's stun already.
Jeez,
The round just started, let him play.
What a fast stun that was. Almost 10 seconds into the game.
Dog, he is smoothing on Mans right here. Whip, don't care. Does not matter. Chase down with the EX, but no big deal. Tachi's Legacy, like, I'll just back off and block. Because there's a lot of damage that you're doing to me, but you gotta land a lot more to make the finish.
Oh, jeez, here we go. Full Unga is Honda. That could be a...
Denied with the counter medium kick.
He's down a set. So he's down a game here in the reset. 1-0. If I was him, maybe go back to Blanca. Go to something that you're feeling familiar with the most. Win with your best. I mean, this is a tough one. I mean, Itachi's looking the most convincing he's looked tonight. He's fully warmed up. Has had plenty of games making through that loser's run right there. And I don't
know, man. I feel like the Blanca's the way. I feel like you got to find an answer with Blanca because that's a character that you've been maining for years, and you really kind of put the time into. Versus Honda, where we don't see the answers, right? We see the damage, right? Yeah. He's finding some answers, but they're not enough. There's just too much dominance.
You know, it's kind of like the big over heavy sword. Like, you can barely swing the sword. If you land a hit with the sword, it's gonna hurt. But you know, you got to be able to learn how to swing this thing. And so, I think it's all right to go back to the dagger that you can swing freely. You know, you're more comfortable with. And I agree with you here. I'd go back to Blanc if I could. But I think we're stuck. At least I am.
No, we're stuck also in the menu as well on my side. I don't know if they're just trying to decide or what. Uh-oh.
Well,
I think they went back to the battle lounge. I'm looking at the stream. They went back to the lounge.
At least this isn't in game. It's not like in the middle of. Okay, there we go.
I guess it was just a long time deciding.
Mine is still on the menu. Yo, Capcom, please. Yo, Capcom, don't hit me like this. Don't hit me like this.
The hell out of me.
I'll take that any
Josh,
day.
are you still stuck in the menu?
No, I'm good.
I'm in the lounge. We're on the lounge.
I'm in the lounge now.
All right, I'm gonna back out because mine is max frozen right here. I'll just
look at the one with the PC setup is frozen.
Bro.
Oh man.
They said PC was the way to go. They said PC. I'll just jump back in. They said PC was the way to go. They said that was it.
I'm gonna make a new lobby since the players can't move either.
Oh, okay. So it's frozen on all sides.
You're out.
Okay, I know.
Okay.
No. Itachi said he can't move.
Oh, okay.
Also, it's frozen for everybody.
Okay. I mean, I'm good, but maybe it's just some people. I don't know.
You know, I feel like there's sometimes that desync just happens between like the players and like also the spectators. I knock on wood that this does not happen to CPT. That's a frightening thing. Or like, you know, for any tournaments at all, like there have been Battle Lounge, you know, errors and problems where I've been like, oh God, please don't do it to me like this. Not today. Please don't do it. Because you gotta rely on the stream setup and like, so for CPT they use Zoom, and sometimes Zoom is very grainy. So I'm like, I can't watch this. I can't commentate this.
So you're watching the stream through Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
David had to do that a couple of times, so it's
I feel like Zoom is a scary program to work with.
You know, the funny thing is, it's better in some ways and worse than others, and it just kind of evens out. Like the volume and the green screen control, all of it's better, but and also like the voice
No,
stuff
no,
is
I
better,
understand that.
but the actual connectivity is kind of, I don't know.
And I feel like that's
It's
the
kinda
most
spotty
important
too.
part, especially like getting the best delay you can possibly get. There will be delay no matter what, but you want as
Yeah.
less as possible.
I feel like I've had more delay on Zoom than Discord, but
Exactly.
that's the thing about online tournaments. Whether you're commentating or being a TO, I feel like this stuff is 10 times worse than doing offline. So I'm gonna give a big shout out to the commentators out there and the TOs out there that are doing this. The players out there, y'all just jump in. I know it's a little bit more difficult for y'all.
I mean, getting
some
used to
ways,
Smash UG,
but
like
with the TOs and the commentators.
reporting your own scores instead of going into and be like, "Hey, I won." Walks away. Even though we hate those, but now players get to understand the responsibility of putting in your scores and such.
Yeah, see, y'all hit up the website. You're like, yo, it's 2-0, whatever. Like you just type it in, right? Like it's on you. The onus is on you instead of having to run around the bracket and make a mistake or whatever. It's a nice thing, but it definitely is a time period where things are, to me, a little bit harder to use. And you see things like this, right? I wish I could have like a long video about this stuff where it's like, okay, this is what we have to go through. Yo, Jocks, where'd you go?
You good? Did you leave the whole?
Jocks, you there?
I
don't
will
know if his
never.
internet dropped.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Oh my God! Look at Alex's internet though. It just dropped.
Alex is here. Yeah, I don't know where Jocks went though.
All right.
Oh, maybe if his internet dropped, we'll just wait for him to come back, or I'll commentate so he comes back.
I'll join you for now because we're definitely cramming time. Luckily, it's 1-0 at Talk Shit's Legacy. Won't be too much time wasted, but Tekken be like, where's our matches?
What about us? Well, people, we're not gonna keep you waiting any longer. Back into it, Tachi's Legacy, as Alex said, it's up 1, and it's gonna be the onus is on Alex ... to bring it back. And we've seen Alex ... kind of struggle with the Blanca, and struggle a lot more with the Honda. And I'm wondering if that's gonna be a continuous thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see something different. Back into it here. Wonder what he picked during this break. It's back to the Blanca. The Booker's on the deck. Hey man, I feel like he did better with the Blanca. I feel like he was finding things out. They just weren't enough, but the Honda pick just looked dire. The Honda pick looked stressed.
No, I understand that completely.
Yeah, here we go. Put up the kunai. Stocking up. No anti-air. Tried to probably go for a back medium. Got jumped in on. It's a check with a counter hit. DB. Dot looking a lot better now. And playing a lot more neutral. A little bit more calm.
I wonder if he needed that break. Definitely in the set.
Yeah, I wonder if that's just like, he looked at his notes and he was like, wait a minute, hold on. I could do this. But here we go. Here's a Tachi's Legacy with the mixes. Gets checked.
Yeah, also,
Dot still in a great lead. I like this. I like this nice and safe neutral play right here. Don't overexpose yourself. Catches him jumping back. Side finisher needs one more. The crush.
wow.
He's still in it. He's still in it. Dot, he found something deep inside his core zone. He said, if I play this nice and patient, a little bit more calm, and don't get too wily with it, I may be able to make the comeback. But you also got to worry about Tachi's Legacy's mixes and things like that. The block, able to come down in time. Here's few checks here and there. EX catches it back to mid-screen. Tachi's Legacy. Well, yeah, buffering that crushing medium punch. What's the EX? He gets it right after. EX plus frames. Oh, the raw stuff coming through. Neutral jump doesn't matter. You see how fat that Blanca ball is? It crossed. I think there was a counter hit or cross up or something. So Tachi's Legacy is still good. Some side switches. Got a little bit of a mix.
Ooh, nice tech. Going back to
I love the jump backs too.
Yeah.
Oh, bust out.
Oh, GP with the ball. So much damage. What?
Oh, he gets a follow-up. Alex.Dot caught him waking up. Let's go back to bed.
We awake.
Blanco wins.
Unbelievable.
He hit the alarm clock. He didn't hit the alarm clock. He smashed that sucker. He's definitely awake. He's definitely tying it up. It's 1-1, and this is what we were talking about before, the Blanca pick. You go with what has made you that you felt more comfortable in, because I feel like you're probably able to make more adjustments on the fly a little bit easier than a character where you don't have that familiarity, you haven't grinded out the matches, you don't have that I spent 300 matches against a Buki, I know what to do. Like, he's definitely introducing some new things into his matchup. Alex.Dot.
We got good spacing right now too. Oh no.
I thought the ball slide. Even cook it, slide tartar. But here's the Tachi Lacey with a full jumping combo. Crushing the punch, buffer, gets the EX, follow up, corner push, be out of there, using the EX to get out and goes right back in. The jump in blocks though from the Tachi Legacy, calls him up. On the other side with the kunai and the V trigger release. Yo, reset time, what side? Other side this time, blocked finally.
Woo!
Not that side though, cross his eyes.
Dang, looking clean that round.
Tachi Legacy wants it over. He saw the momentum that Alex.Dot has been getting, and he's like, I'm gonna take this all away.
Good.
Good job. Ooh. Yeah, Alex.Dot with a good reads right there, called it Tekken.
Oh, I know what he's trying to do, trying to get the dash back and kicking him out of the ball, but it's not working in his favor a few times.
I feel like it was like scaring him before, but like now Alex.Dot's like, you haven't shown me like a full jumping combo from that. I'm going in, back throw. We are even on rounds, even on games. This is super important right here. This is very important because this is going to determine who's going to go up to, who's going to have that big momentum.
This is looking scary.
Crouch. Ooh, the crush.
Nice.
A little bit of bar up with that one. Sweet though. The trip guard.
God.
The crush is coming in. You see the bar at the bottom built from that too, from the crush counters.
Right?
On the red at the bottom. My man's about to hit that V trigger even earlier.
Man, he's trying to
He's almost
cross
there
it.
with it.
Man, it's so hard for Itachi's legs. He's still trying to cross them out with these jumps. It's unsuccessful just by a hair.
It's a DP. Good blocks in the fall. Heavy kick. Actually, he's trying to put the plus
Oh
raise.
my
We're
God,
busting
he
out
went forward.
these days. Boom. Back down to the ground. V trigger slide. Activation did on hit. One more to do it. Does it wrong. And I'll tell you one thing. He had the V trigger on his back, watching his six. Alex.Dot bringing it back. And this is what he needed, was the Blanca pick, not the Honda. Not the sweaty dude. All he needed was the booger dude. This is
For
all
sure.
he needed.
He got
So
a
go back to
breather,
his
he
main.
got a switch, and now he's one winning away to take it all.
And I like the pacing that he's playing at. A lot more neutral based, a lot more ground based too. And just kind of avoiding bad situations. We saw a lot of mixes from Itachi's Legacy, side switching things like that. He just blocks now. He doesn't hold all that damage. Empty low though, Itachi's Legacy.
Ooh.
Dirty.
Yeah, Itachi's not letting him breathe for a moment. Oh,
All right, gets the fierce, pick up, throw. You can take a few of these if you're Itachi's Legacy. Now be careful about teching. We're throwing out a button. Another throw.
oh no, the crush counter.
Follow up.
That's enough
Whoa!
for stun.
Stun.
I don't think we'll
One
take
more
it
reset.
though.
Yeah, one more reset. Good blocks. Reset.
Oh
EX,
my god, I would have
punish.
got hit. I would have got hit. He's dead though. He has
I
full
don't know.
bars.
I don't know how you stay alive, bro. You better spin the bars. You better spin the bar.
Oh,
Make
he
sure
didn't
down
need
the sun.
to.
There you go.
He didn't need to use them all.
This is how you know I'm a commentator and not like the best player. I would have drilled out that CI. I know he could have killed with just that one bar, but I would have drilled out the CA. Make sure the job is done.
I agree
He's
100%.
alive.
I mean,
Ooh.
at the end with the reset, I would have gotten hit. I was not expecting that at EX ball.
That's crazy.
I know, bro. It's so scary in the corner. Especially when
Man,
they're
Box it, cross up.
I
Oh,
come back.
Jackson!
I come back and all I see is Alex getting these two games out of nowhere. Senko, what did I miss?
You missed the switch, dog. You missed the neutral play, but Itachi's Legacy is upset, though. He's going in right now. A lot more aggressive than we've seen. Slide activation. He can make the comeback. He can actually finish this off. He is up 2, remember.
What a block on the overhead.
That great health.
Man, that meaty slide. Itachi's been so consistent about timing that, spacing it very well. This is the last game, right?
This is the last game between the two. At the finale. Final game between the two. Grand finals.
Round one.
Fight.
Get to see the switch of Itachi, but good here.
Momentum in Touch Legacy's favorite DP. Hips outside the sky. The double overhead is hit twice in a round.
Oh, jeez, that must have been an accident for Alex. It's looking slim for him here.
My man hit him with the 3 overheads. Back throw, though. Still perfect for you. In fact, this might be the comeback. Gets a throw. Mess up the face.
And that was so smart by Itachi to not quick rise that throw, because Blanca gets a good setup anywhere on the screen with V-Trigger 2.
The fatal way Itachi's legacy on match point. He has brought this from losers. He has brought this away from Alex Dot's momentum. Can he take it all the way? He's only got one more round to win. What can Alex Dot do? I'd like to see a little bit more, of that aggression, but still running that neutral game. EX comes through in the clutch. The slide follow up, and not going to press the issue too much. Sees the bar at the bottom.
Man, even though Alex has been shimmied a bunch, he's trying to get the game on Itachi, but not biting.
Goes up the kunai, dashing in with the command dash. Trying to convert the crouching medium punch, but here's the crush. Alex Dot using priority system to save himself from the bar. In terms of the go, man, ran right. Both the knees hit the face. The command dash, not a lot of damage though. Alex Dot in the fat lead.
Oh, darn, he missed out on the confirm. From crouching medium kick into something, he could have had another normal there.
Pick up the throw. Here we go.
St. Cola, we got the last round. Who do you have? Itachi? Alex thought this could be anybody's game at the moment.
This is anybody's game right here. Itachi's Legacy. Alex Dot foul game, final round dash up. Itachi's Legacy off to a great start, trying to get the fadeaway with the EX slide. Catches him. He's a little bit of damage on the deck for both players. Little neutral jumps. Trying to find something. Alex Dot getting a little bit more squirrely this round.
Itachi wants nothing to do with the rainbow ball. I don't blame him.
The double up. Careful that crouching medium punch. Itachi Legacy wants to get a confirm to kind of get that feature activation going. Throws it out, able to land the Ninja Star EX right after, and another one, the double down. Overhead block. Fierce, pick up, no punish. We're too far out. Alex Dot could finish this. He needs one more hit to do it. Big punch for Itachi Legacy. You see the bar being built at the bottom. This could be a CA. See you later situation. Activation from Alex Dot. He gets a follow-up V-Trigger. It's the victory for Alex Dot. He is your winner. Defeating Itachi's Legacy. Jocks, how did you feel about that match?